never switch sides. Like even when I die, I'ma ride for the squad. Let her ties in the hearse. I've been on a vibe, kinda hard to describe. I'm in between, I'm good and it's fine, but I'm tired of the grind. Then I come alive in the night to realize I'm in the middle of the time of my life. I'm never so packed for the stack, never lied on the rap. Got a bag from the way that I righted it. Queen Lee Tyson, do that ass survive, doing 80 to the house. Then I hit it to the sky, change haters on a tirade. Talking to their grip in the face, be still, let that hate stuff fade. We all want the same, we all want a meal in the safe. I wanna live like I'm trying to reach enlightenment. Trail spill from my lips, feel big from the bib. Take a sip till I pass out. Try and get grit, but it don't make sense. Cause you can lose life on this fast route. Yeah, turn thoughts to a cash cow. I might flip that to the glass house. I don't need the accolades, I'm in love with the chase. I just wanna eat, save a spot at the table. Beast with the slap, pin myself on the map. You long with the wind, but we knowing that it's capped. 5-hour flights, couple nights at the flat. To be real, couldn't see me making moves while I'm at. I'm still on the grind, limit time when I chat. I'm burning down sage, keep the demons away. When I write it, give a piece of myself to the page. I don't do it for the praise, love, that's just how I'm made.
Truth in the glass in the mirror.
Yeah.
Do it at me, old man, tryna pass in the fear. You're the first one to talk, but the last one to hear. Eyes blurry, but I couldn't see that, and he cleared down. Start to feel like I'm on one. Settle in, I'll be here for the long run. I'm a slave for the cash, got snakes in the grass, no brakes on the ad, but it's all fun. We done seen it all, heard it all. Heard enough, give me space before I murder y'all. 10 bad here, I'ma curve them all. 12 missed calls, and I still made a curtain call. Here to light it up, lighten up. Hear him talking, they ain't right enough, tighten up. Everything that I came for, I left with. I don't bang sets, I just bang on the set list. Going past supper when I came for the breakfast. Put me in your prayers, I might put you on the guest list. Young, and me reckless. Gold in my soul, got the same on my necklace.
Light it up, light it up. Light it up, light it up. Well, well. Oh, light it up, light it up. Light it up, light it up. Well, well.
You might be the one that truly get me, and I might be the one you really want, and I feel it too. But you don't know what I've been going through. This is when you tell me that you're different. This is when you try to make me fall. Convince me it's true, but you didn't even have to try. 'Cause you can start a fire without a spark. Forget what I told you, forget all about that tonight. Just remember the flame, you remember the flame, alright. Forget what I told you, forget all about that tonight. Just remember the flame, you remember the flame, alright. You remember the flame. Maybe you will tell me what you're thinking, or maybe you will give me all the blame, but I'm moving on.
There's no shortcut, no cheat code. All you got is you and the grind, and the whole army of randoms trying to stop you, trying to be better than you, trying to piss in your prize pool. And they can try all day, you go all night. Make every click count, delete them all. Cause when you dedicate your life to this, it's more than winning, it's everything. glory.
And welcome here, ladies, gentlemen, viewers of all ages, as we get into the final day, or one of the final stream days of the regular season here in the League.GG Prime League. I'm very excited to bring you the Danish Prime League, as well as a secondary league, which will be a lot of fun to take a look at over the course of 3 matches. My name is Orbital. With me is Time to Light, as we'll be casting your matches here today. Time to Light, how you doing?
I'm blurry. That's how I'm doing. I think it's my camera, so I'm gonna fix that really quick. But I'm excited. I'm so thrilled to be back here and back with the Danish scene. Now, we have 2 from the Prime League and 2 from the Secondary League in the background, as you previously mentioned. 3 in total, 2 of which prep to be bangers.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time, and that's no shame on the other match, as well as, again, all these teams are battling for a lot of spots in the playoffs here. Number 1, first off, will be ESPORTS Harte Martinsen versus Tricked Esport, as ESPORTS Harte Martinsen, I believe, are sitting at a record of, let me double check real quick to make sure I get it, it is 5-2, and Tricked Esports are sitting at, I believe it is 2-5, so inverse scores. That is a match that, of course, it is favored into ESPORTS Harte Martinsen's side. But the question, of course, will they be upset a little bit? There we go. I love to see it right there. It's awesome. I knew he was ready for it. I knew it. But the second match of the day and the third match are the ones that we want to take a look at. So let's go ahead and run those down. It'll be ESPORTS Harte Martinsen versus Deja Vu. Deja Vu currently sitting at the top of the standings at 8-0, have yet to drop a single game. And that's going to be a lot of fun. And then back into the secondary league, as we said, even though they're secondary, no less exciting, as it'll be Luxera Addicts versus Obliviate, as Luxera Addicts are sitting at 5-1 and Obliviate are sitting at 7-0. So on the day, we have 2 teams that have been undefeated and teams looking to dethrone the Emperors.
Yeah, ESPORTS Harte Martinsen is playing a doubleheader. As you mentioned, it's going to be a little bit more difficult for them than what you would usually expect, because you're playing up against one team and you want to give it your all in game 1, and your second game is against the team that's undefeated, Deja Vu being that squad. So, Orbital, I'm not going to lie to you, they have a difficult day ahead of them. 2 best-of-1s, and we do know map number 1, by the way. We're going to Vertigo, which I am thrilled about. I don't see Vertigo anymore. It's always banned. And speaking of Vertigo, it's the knife round. As we see EHM, they're going to start at least on the T side of the knife round. T side usually wins knife, so I'm going to call it right now. They're going to come out on top of this one, and, well, you can see exactly why. Only 2 left, and that is basically flawless from them. They're almost certainly going to go to the CT side of play, and, well, on Vertigo, you can't blame them in the slightest.
Yeah, now I gotta ask you, the big question in everyone's minds are, what they have on their minds here. Why is it always T's that win the knife rounds here? Is that a special? Is that a classic of teams? Or what is the whole reasoning behind the terrorists always winning those knife rounds?
They're just better. That's what it comes down to. They're just better, and it's mainly because the T's are more they're more invigorated to come out and go to the other side of play, because everybody hates to start on the T side. It makes your life a little bit more difficult than it has to be. However, it seems like EHM is taking full advantage of this, as they will start on this T side, and they look to set up over towards this main of B, and I actually do believe our sides are switched. I think EHM and Tricked have their sides flipped, so I could be wrong. I'm going to check really quick, but the push is already starting, and yeah, they're pushing in. EHM is on the CT side, so I was very confused for a second. Tricked is starting on the T side, and they're capitalizing off of it. Pistol round already in their favor, but 2 kills back the other way. EHM starting to make their way back into things, and in a convincing fashion.
Oh yeah, very, very nicely timed, but of course Andre doesn't want to give that one up as Beitner is taken out. And that'll slow things down, but an immediate 2-piece coming out as Tricked Esport go ahead and nail home a single round. Mathel following that one up. And just like that, the pistol goes the way of Tricked Esports. For the 2-5 team, they are given a little bit of a heads up and a head start here in this game.
Tricked has a lot more to play for here. They're looking to get the top 6. Now, this is what, last 2 weeks of regular season play, correct? Or last week? They're
I believe
2 and
last
5,
week is what I'm looking at.
Yeah, so Trick still has one more game to play, unless my math is completely incorrect. They have this one and then one more, as does EHM, as they are also 5-2. So replicated or mirrored scores, I suppose. Tricked a little bit more to play for, but EHM looking to make sure they stay in that top 4, and so far, oh, yeah, Fuse is dead. Never mind. I was about to say getting away with their life, but they don't, so I lied.
It was a very close one, of course. It was very, very tight window of opportunity, so they do win it out. And, of course, Strict Esport, with that man advantage, are going to confidently push up ramp here. We do go ahead and say Ruben take out Beitner. And it's all down to Salazar. Can you at least take one? Even though it is a round that they were slated to win, Strict Esport don't want to lose a single man. They don't want to lose a single player. Because, again, you carry that econ over. It feels a lot better. Salazar is going to take a flank, gets the shots, and can't finish it off. So Andre is going to live with 32. And that's a full 5. It's carrying over in for Tricked Esports into this 3rd round.
That's got to hurt. That's got to hurt, to say the least. You feel a little bit bad. Barely missing 1, maybe 2 shots, and that turns things around. But they don't. So Tricked capitalize off their 2nd, and they keep everybody alive. That's the important part. It's going to cost them next to nothing other than utility to come into this round. EHM walking around with default pistols. It's USPs across the board. They're looking for an early flank, but don't walk through the fire and the flames. They are not Metallica, and you can see exactly why. They are being shut down where they stand. Trick looking for yet another flawless round. It is left down to OJ, and all they can do is try and possibly get a ninja, but with no kit and, well, no gun at all, it's going to be very difficult. They have now been spotted. They will be ousted as soon as they walk back towards the site. Actually, they don't even have to. Niflox will shut them down. Tricked with a 3rd, and they now have a lot of money on this Tricked Esports side.
If you're playing CSGO, if you've ever played CSGO, this is, I want to say, the best start that you could ever have to a game of CSGO, right? This is by far the best that you could ever have. You win the pistol, and then you win 2 flawless rounds afterwards, especially on the T side. You stack up that economy and starts running a little bit out of control. It means EHM are going to have to walk into at least 2 to 3 full buy rounds, even with that lost bonus. And, I mean, it's crazy to think about. EHM have got to put a stop to this run of rounds, or else they are going to be in deep trouble come the latter half of the 2nd half, or this 1st half, sorry.
Salazar with an op in hand, and it's finally a gun round on the board. EHM looking to make their presence known. An opening from Bittner, but it's a trade right back. 1-for-1 early on. No real damage done on either side, other than maybe a rifle taken over, and Methel upgrades from the Galil to the M4. Not a massive upgrade, but one nonetheless. And it's not going to influence the round all that much. A 1-for-1 trade just means it's a 2-2 split now from EHM. They may have to rely on 1 extra player towards mid, relieving that player, which could have been over towards A. So it makes your life just a little bit difficult on the CT side, but hey, it's not the end of the world. Tricked looking to capitalize off of it, though, and if they go now, they're looking pretty good.
You know, they are going to take their chances, but a couple thrown right back. MSN is ready to go. It's a flash, not really hitting home, and MSN gets a free shot. That's a 1-for-1. Puts it into a 3-on-3, but with 2-1 here on B, it's going to be a big question mark. EHM, do they suspect the rotate once again with Looker Methel? It is found out. Salazar evens things up, puts it into a 2v3.
And that's just so important because Salazar figures out that that was a flank player, and there's the information. The op from the side is going to shut Andre. No, my goodness, no. Salazar misses. That could be the bomb planted, or Andre possibly clutching it. There's 2. No, 1 versus 1 now. Faking the plant, trying to bait in Bittner. But no, time runs out. Oh, I didn't even realize it. And that's going to cost you. It's going to cost you money as well. Andre, you cannot give that up. And, well, that's what will cost you taking a little bit too much time to get the bomb down. EHM pick up their first round when, honestly, that looked like a clutch.
It was looking clutch, and it doesn't feel so much as an EHM win as a Tricked Esports mistake, right? That's what it kind of felt like at the end. So I'm very, very curious. Tricked Esports still able to full buy 4 AKs and an op. Very, very standard here with money to spare. So a huge question mark. Can EHM do this? Niflox is going to take out 1, but a double molly kill. MSN is able to pick up 2 from the grave. As Tricked Esports, once again, mistake. You sit in the flames too long, you're going to get cooked.
That talk about cooked. That's a medium rare double for this tricked side, or for the EHM side. My apologies. 2 players haven't even died from EHM. What am I talking about? They are looking good though, and oh, you can even see the feet through the smoke. Unfortunate for Mathel, and it's now down to just Jacuzzi, who will get one up in hand and bomb with 60 seconds on the clock, prepping a smoke, but that seems to be just a fake. OJ from behind. I believe they just knifed the wall, so information may be there for Jacuzzi. Making a little bit of noise, but it is just a fake. Trying it again. Now scoping, but again, just faking. It's not going to get you anything. OJ's just sitting on the other side of that door. You can't fake anything if they have all the information. And yeah, they're going to try and push up, but fully scoped. No way they check fuse on this corner. I think this round is over. The odds Jacuzzi picked this up are very, very slim, but looking to try and get a peek. They have the information, but now so does EHM. Peeking in, they don't check the corner, and they will fall for it. Up now afforded over. EHM looking strong on the CT side as soon as they just have to pick up rifles.
Yeah, and they have one more chance. Trick Esports are able to purchase out. You should see the weapons kind of flying over, but looks like they're actually going to save. So I think that was Mathel that couldn't purchase all the way out, so the rest of the team is sitting low. Jacuzzi as well. That's a little bit of a rough time. I thought they were at least going to have one more, but they couldn't. And that's going to be multiples running straight up the side as OJ is going to take on Mathel. Looks like the rest of the T's are going to try and sprint in, but the Molly slows them down. Fuse and the rest of the team are going to get a full spray out, but a nice HE is going to take 1 life. OJ is going to finish it off with 2, and just like that, EHM shut that one down. Once again, it'll be Tricked Esports giving it their all, with Jacuzzi rounding out the rear with 2,700.
They have money. It is looking a little bit better for EHM than after the first 3 rounds. Of course, they are now tied. They have more money in their favor, and, well, they're looking overall strong. Jacuzzi down to a deagle after buying up an op 2 rounds prior, and, ooh, Andre looking for something. Not hitting anything just yet, and, well, Tricked, they need to start winning gun rounds, and with an opening kill going the way of Fuse, that is not how you do so. In the slightest, as a matter of fact, is they are not looking strong at all. After the first 3 rounds, Tricked Esports have forgotten the main point of a first-person shooter is to shoot your opponents. And at this level, that just cannot happen.
That, and it feels like EHM just needed a little bit extra weaponry in the kit, right? They were working with pistols for 3 rounds in a row. That is understandable. Now with weapons, they look much more comfortable, and that should be said for any team, right? So Tricked Esport have got to start playing as such, you know, start playing and understand that EHM are a team to be feared. You can't be, you know, overly aggressive. You can't be allowing the opponent to just kind of graciously walk in or have free fire. You got to use your utility properly, and you can't give a kill up like that. Ruben taken out, trying to boost an MSN, is able to take one as well. Niflox getting rounded on as Jacuzzi and the rest of them. Andre are the last 2 alive. Who is going to take it? Beitner is going to take it. Or Bittner, very, very sorry. Jacuzzi is going to get 1. Can he get a second? No, he can't. Yes, he can! Finds ahead of Bittner, but Salazar takes him out. And that is going to be 3 members left alive. B was close, but not close enough for Tricked Esport.
Yeah, trying to drop the smoke on towards that far side instead of just dropping it in front of the generator in front of you, costing them just a little bit of time, and, well, in the end, costing them their life. It is going to be EHM now in the lead. It took them 7 rounds to do so, but OJ now looking to extend it. He's already shooting it down B, and oh, that nade's gonna hurt. If it lands properly, it will. The Molotov doing damage, and OJ dies, or OJ gets the kill onto Mathel. I gotta be real with you, Orbital. This is not looking good in the slightest for Tricked. They've forgotten how to play Counter-Strike.
It feels like it. I didn't want to say it, but, you know, the same trick working twice is not something that you want to see happen. Now they're going to sprint out. Of course, this is that save round. Of course, it is that round where, you know, you're slated to lose, but you don't want to lose to a Molly, of all things, right? That Molly did so much, and EHM are going to keep doing it now. You have to realize that EHM are going to constantly throw that Molly, and if Trick don't rotate out, it's going to be a pain. I have to agree. Tricked Esport do not feel comfortable right now. They don't feel like a team that is playing to try and dethrone some others in the running for the playoffs.
MSN already over towards scaffolding. Oh my goodness, Bittner reads him like a book. Andre's dead, but oh no, so is Bittner. oh, that's a little over aggressive and not aware of your surroundings, I suppose. It's going to cost you your life. EHM still with the lead, and now it's no real man advantage for anybody, but EHM, honestly, with a little bit of a weapons advantage, and I lied. OJ's dead. I don't like their chances anymore. Tricked have finally picked it up, and they're looking strong in the T side for seemingly the first time since round 3. Fuse with a good peek, but Ruben avoids it perfectly. I don't know how the heck you avoid that one, and now Fuse gives away information for virtually free. Smoke put down, but that's utility that is used a little bit early for EHM, and it cannot happen when you have very little utility to start with.
Ooh. But a nice maneuver by MSN has given information over that there's at least one over here on the ramp. That nade does do a little bit of tag damage. Bethel is able to catch Fuse on the rotate. This might be a little bit of a rush in. They're getting rounded on, and in the connector, that's not where you want to be. Bomb going down. Double smokes up, keeping the teams apart. And the flashbang work. A little bit of a mini toss. Not much more is given as Salazar doesn't even know. Salazar is not looking in the right spot, but MSN is faster on the trigger. Jacuzzi takes on Salazar.
MSN looking for something. I think he knows somebody's elevator. Question is, does he peek at the correct time? Peeking around, tries to take off the suppressor. Oh no! He does get the kill at a Jacuzzi. This is still possible, but the Molotov's put down. That makes it impossible. MSN will still get one, but I don't think he's going to survive. He does have to run, and turn tail he will. Actually, he taps the bomb. Mathematically impossible for him to win the round. Maybe just trying to take a weapon away. Mathel will survive with 99 health available, and EHM lose a round for the first time since round 3.
Yeah. And I can kind of agree with what was going on there, right? You know you can't win the round. You know you're actually going to have enough money to buy out no matter what. So instead you try and take out the last remaining member at Tricked Esports, because if you take a look, even though they won, they're a little bit hampered on the utility, right? Their econ was knocked out, but now that nade is going to try. Almost knocks out Ruben. These nades are doing so much work for Esports Arte Martinson. Bittner, of course, sprays through, is going to reload here, but it's so close. Mathel takes one. Fuse is going to answer right back, as we have got a round on our hands. Both teams vying for supremacy over here on B side. Bittner takes Jacuzzi.
Oh my god, I'm still stuck on Ruben being alive. I don't understand how the heck he's still standing, but as the 80s song goes, he's still standing. Yeah. Anyway, I'm still stuck on it. Being sprayed from above and then surviving to a nade that kills me every single day of the week. He's either lucky or just amazingly calculated at the game. Niflox is dead though, and if you even glance in Ruben's general direction, he dies. So I'm pretty sure if I am reading this one correctly, EHM are looking just a little bit better in this round.
Only a little, as that's going to be a peek, and that's the last full health member. Fuse finishes it off. A very nice 3K for Fuse. You really like to see that for your team, and again, keeping it ahead. EHM up 2 rounds, and again, here we go. Tricked Esports are going to have a chance to possibly half buy here, buying into a few SMGs and the pistols, of course. So it's not going to be a fun time for them as we go ahead and try and take a very rough round.
What?
That's
okay.
That's a little unfortunate.
I'm sorry. MSN just lines up 2. Both of them threw a smoke. This is not real life. One player AFK. Niflox is about to die to a nade. Never mind. OJ just finishes him off. But it's now Andre who misses an op shot. We're living in a simulation, Orbital. I refuse to believe that that round actually occurred, because one player AFK in mid, another just decides to sit there with 12 HP and try and peek a full rifle. An alt misses. I'm done. I don't get it.
There we go. Yeah, well, we were wondering about that when we saw Fuse, I think, was the one that only had his knife out. So we are going to get the technical time out. I believe there was a little bit of a disconnect issue right there. That's at least what it looks like to me. A little bit of lag, whatever you want to say. At EHM, no matter what, we're still able to claim a round that they were slated to win, and that's the most important part, right? They're able to retain 4, I believe it was 3 sets of weapons. Bittner did go down, so looking to full purchase up there, but with 3 over, you're fine, right? Even though that round seemed a little bit off, Tricked Esports still fell. EHM on 7, looking like they just need one more to claim the half. as theirs and then start pushing for maybe, a double-digit round score before the half ends. That'll be really, really good for them. But, of course, waiting to see what is going on. EHM ready and waiting to take in a Tricked Esports. We've seen ups and downs. They just need one more up to give themselves a little boost into that 5th and 6th round on their side.
I feel like EHM is getting exactly what they need to on the CT side of Vertigo, though. They're looking strong. It is CT sided. I refuse to believe anything differently. If you tell me anything different, you're wrong. I won't have any arguments on it. Not you specifically. I'm just generalizing people because it's Vertigo. It is extremely CT sided, and if you don't get a good start on the CT side, and you're facing a team that has heard of the 51st and 52nd floor before, you're going to lose the game.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's just going to happen. EHM giving themselves a good argument to flourish as they head into the second half, because remember, this could still be an 11-4 half. Now, the 11-4 curse does exist. I will accept that. But as we finally kick things back underway, Fuse will most likely get a bye. As you can see, that's a scout chilling on the ground. And is that an AWP? It looks like a scout. I'm going to gamble scout, but I could be wrong, and actually they just buy an M4. So I'm wrong entirely. Don't mind me. Tricked, they are not so pressured to get a good start here. Yeah, 4 rounds is halfway decent, but you'd like a little bit more. It's not going to kill you if you don't get it, though.
Yeah. I always say for CSGO, 4 is probably the bare minimum, 3 or 4. 5 is a good baseline because that sets you at, I believe it is 5-10. It's not terrible to try and run back. Anything more, of course, that is a standard, right? So, like you said, not horrible. But considering how they're playing, they want a few more in the bag. Honestly, I'm not sure, even if they're on that CT side, even if they're on that precious, side that is giving the advantages, that they're going to come out with a fantastic round, or a fantastic set of rounds, to say the least. And right now, they're also kind of wondering about this. They're tucked back in that corner, the corner that's given them so many issues for, I think it was 2 before. The Molly's always a worrying sight. This time, they don't get mollied out. They're going to slowly let the opponents try and guess where they are, as Tricked Esports stacked 4 and are rotating 1 around to try and get a lurk off.
Ricked already walking up, but oh, there's a boost. Oh, MSN in a perfect position. Either way you walk up, you die. That's how it stands right now. Unless they read this perfectly, which it does not look like they're going to in the slightest. There's the information. They will see one, but will they hit a shot? That is the question. Oh my goodness, Mathil shuts them down. The peek across and the one tap to follow. OJ has to drop a flash to try and keep themselves alive, but Fuse dies in the process, attempting to avoid said flash. The flip out to the AK, and they actually get another as well. OJ with a double in the close corner, trying to keep themselves alive, trying to keep their team in this round. But with now just 6 seconds left, is the bomb even going to get planted? It doesn't look like it's going to be. No, the round's going to go to EHM. Tricked had thrown this away. No.
I mean, that opening pick was so good. I have to give credit to them. They played it very, very well. They were able to hold it off. And that right there, that was the reason that they could not plant. You went chasing when you had the bomb. You dropped it in a spot that was suboptimal for you, and Tricked Esports fall under that weight. EHM, though, they have to be a little bit aware now, as it is going to be a trade of 1-for-1, that some of their sneakier spots are getting scouted out. Tricked Esports have a good read. They just have to finish. Their openings are slowly looking better and better here into the latter rounds.
I almost saw a run boost there. I was very concerned. Salazar's holding a nice angle, though. This is not usually wide peaked. Oh, it's going to be double peaked, though, and Salazar somehow... Oh, okay. I thought he was even going to get one. I would have been surprised. He gets nothing. Neither does OJ. Both of them fall. This is a good opening from Trick. Something we haven't seen. And it's down to MSN. It's a 1 versus 4 now, as they... Or 1 versus 3, as they drop Niflocks, but... There's not very high odds. Oh, Ruben just walked to their death. They don't have the bomb in their possession. Actually, they do. The bomb's on their right. It is now picked up, and they just smoked themselves off from the bomb. That is about as ironic as it gets, because Andre is given a free avenue onto A.
Yeah. Not a real problem here. Just a very, very simple plant here. As the big question is, what can MSN get? I would honestly hazard a guess that MSN has a chance here at taking things, considering how Tricked Esports have played. They played a little bit too lax, I want to say. Letting the timer run out not once but twice, sitting on mollies, and sometimes not checking the appropriate corners. If they get laxed here, MSN has a chance to push to a 9-4. That would be crazy to see, but it's not impossible. So I want to see them be able to lock this one down. It looks like MSN himself is even saying, don't really want to chance it.
Oh, no.
You have a kit, but is he going to go? Is he going to go? No,
Oh,
he can't.
no.
Okay, so this should be a round. It will be 5 for Trick Esports. The question is, will MSN live? I think he does. Yeah, only takes a single tick of damage. That will be EHM saving an op into the next round.
That was so close. If he actually went, he would have gotten it. That's the funny part. 5 seconds was all he needed, and he had it. But he just took too long. A little bit of hesitation, to say the least. But Tricked now with 5. This is the half that we're looking for out of a T side of Vertigo. It's not a good half. It's not an awful half. It's somewhere in the middle. It is the, I wouldn't say bare minimum. It's about the standard for the T side. Ruben, though, gets an opener, and EHM have struggled to come back in rounds where they've lost the opener. This is a very, very good sign for Tricked. If they want to capitalize off of their T side and look a little bit better than what we usually see. That nade, however, that hurts.
Yeah, the nade hurts, but all the actions on the other side of the map, I think it was B that we saw a huge collapse on, but OJ sprinting in, takes out one, drops Andre very, very low. That puts it to a 4-on-2, and the spray from MSN finds Andre through the smoke. Make it a 2-on-3, and again, B is almost open. Only Salazar there to kind of hold it off. Remember, a majority of the frags actually went down on B, so Salazar a little bit worried about what else is coming here.
Oh.
Dang.
MSN gets one in mid, and, well, it's now down to Mathel. Somehow, Mathel has now been left in a 1 versus 2. And they have to push. There's not enough money for them to try and save and make it an arguable try. Up in hand, down goes Mathel. Salazar locking it down, clamps on this B side of play. EHM with 9, a 10th would give us a relatively standard Vertigo half. Nothing too out of the ordinary, and it would be pretty good for both sides, both of which would have a decent shot of just winning this map with that site split. Now, I need to see another opener from Trick, though, because that time it cost them losing after the opener. Somehow EHM came back in that round. That's not a good nade, by the way. That wildly missed. I don't know if you can see the little outline there. But yeah, that did not land. And, well, it looks like Andre's trying to capitalize off it, pushing in. Oh my god!
Oh!
Fuse dies in the back line. MSN trying to lock things down. They do as well. No! Mathel wins the gunfight. A comedy of errors on this A side of play. I don't know how Tricked are on the site. I don't know how Jacuzzi just jumps to his death, clotheslined out of mid-air. Down to OJ, dropping off the box, not giving away the sound cue, shooting to mask it, and mask their push they do. OJ dies, Tricked pick up a 6th, a 9-6 split. Tricked looking a little bit better than I originally thought they would going into this half of play, but they now have 6 on the board, and as we switch the sides up on the CT side, they're looking pretty good.
I still can't believe Andre pulled that off, right? That was a little ridiculous, to say the least, but a very quick spray down. Salazar goes ahead, picks up one, straight to the head of Mathel as we're into the second half. Couple shots go out. Andre and Jacuzzi each pick up one as well. Tricked Esport having a phenomenal time here, but down to a 2v2. Fuse and OJ gonna get the best shot here. A little bit split, as Jacuzzi is gonna find OJ's life. That all leads it down to Fuse, who does have the bomb, thankfully, and is able to try a rotate, but it is being called out by Tricked Esport.
Fuse pushing on towards this A side. I don't think he's gonna. No, he's gonna. Oh my goodness, he fakes it. Does he push? He gets one, but that's all he'll get. Jacuzzi shuts him down, and well, that's not an awful round on really either side. This is not the correct round, but the double spray down was still flawless. That was so clean, and then this cannot happen. I'm sorry, you cannot have somebody gray screen in front of you and then walk into your crosshair and still win the fight. I'm sorry, it just can't. I refuse to believe you're allowed to do that at this level of play. But Tricked now just looking to rack up some cash. Andre is going to put down a nade. That's going to do beefy damage. It does get one, and it continues as well. Salazar kills a teammate, and yeah, I mean, that takes away $600 from the CT side, and they're just going to push in. Fuse with 2. Oh my goodness, taking away some weapons, taking away some armor. But it will not be the round. That's a double from the close range position, but Tricked still pick up an 8th, and they are now threatening for another half of 3 straight rounds off the start.
Yep, that was a round and a half, but the good news is EHM are able to actually full buy here. So remember, in the round previous, I believe Tricked Esport were stuck on the third. They were still in the eco, so EHM doing a little bit better on that management as MSN is going to go ahead and get a stack spray down, a beautiful pick to kick things off, and Tricked Esports now realizing that the weaponry is online. That is something that they had to play into from here on out.
OJ looking to push forward. Jacuzzi's about to shut down MSN. Does this go check? That's the question. Oh, no, it doesn't. MSN does get one, but he's shut down just as quickly. It's a 2 versus 4, favoring EHM, who is looking to shut down the repeat of Tricked, and Jacuzzi is knocked down as he pushes across. OJ with a double to clear things out, a triple on the round, and EHM, the first team to reach double digits here on Vertigo.
Ooh, OJ keeping it clean, showing off a little Andre flair there. Maybe not the lucky tap, but very, very controlled to say the least. 21 in the bucket, very well deserving of that top KDA spot. And honestly, the faster they win this round, or faster they win or try to win at least, the better for them, as they, like you said, they have to play a doubleheader. And again, the outcome of this game will determine, or at least influence, the game afterwards. If they lose here, they walk in a little bit rougher for that set, but if they lose, it's going to be a little bit harsh to take as Tricked Esports go ahead and knock out 3. It's going to be a 2-on-3 as EHM trying to find the bomb.
MSN, oh, timing. Oh, he finds one.
What?
Oh, this could get one. Oh, no. The knife will come out, but it's not at the right time. I don't think he has the bomb. No, it's down around the side of the bridge. But timing may just go against Tricked Esport, who think it may be a B or maybe an A execute, but you can see MSN just grabbing the bomb now. Ruben watching elevator. Seems like they're playing a little cautious on the Tricked side, but MSN taking advantage. They are just running towards B, and he's going to get a free plant. This will cost him nothing in the slightest, still having utility, and now going to have about 10 seconds ticked off that bomb. By the time Tricked even start to pressure, Molotov thrown down to buy them time, MSN can clutch this and have a good shot at doing so.
Oh, no. But the Molly back is able to stave him off. He's down on 18, and he might have to try and run out. Gets shot on the back end. Well played by Tricked Esport. I have to give him credit for that one. A very nice flush of MSN, and that'll put it at 10-9. Tricked Esport keeping it very close.
Oh my. I want to see that Molotov. That Molotov landed at his feet. That was a really well placed Molotov, by the way. I love that. That was so great. I love the utility side of play in Counter-Strike. It's always these strats that get me, where whether you decide to hold W straight into B, or you throw a late set of A smokes and then push onto B itself. So it's always the strats and it's the utility, where that Molotov, I've never seen that before. I've never seen that Molotov thrown, but it's such a useful one that I'm going to start using it in my matchmaking games. And Ruben is going to start using MP9s in competitive play and using them to perfection, as Bittner's already dead, Tricked in that man advantage, and now a second. Jacuzzi with the reaction shot. What a shot on defuse. Who can't do anything about it. It's already a 5 versus 3 with EHM convincingly on the back foot.
And you don't test an opper. That's the one thing I've learned watching any of these EU teams. Is you just don't test an opper. You peek once, they don't shoot. All right, probably don't test it again. You peek again, they will take you out. They will not allow you to do it a second time, and I love it. So that is 5-3 is going to be the man count. They're going to get the best shot, but Mathel evens that one's out once again. 2 left alive, Salazar and OJ. As they're going to chance it. Can't get the full peek around as OJ had a chance at a kill. Salazar is able to clean it up, but has to clean up 4 more. Starting with the 3 that are already on site. Another smoke coming out, just trying to get the plant down. Can't get it because the CT is targeting around the corner. Takes a couple shots, can't find it. Salazar's head is going to be deked. That's Andre. Takes one home.
Dead even. 10-10. We said it was going to be a banger. It has indeed delivered. Wasn't this the game that we said probably wasn't going to be?
Yes.
I'm reading our... Yeah, this is the game we thought was honestly going to be a blowout. I'm sorry, Tricked. We didn't think... Well, I didn't think you were going to show up. I'm not going to speak for everybody here, but you guys came into this one 2-5, and they don't look like it. That is what's so amazing about this level of Counter-Strike. It's everybody looks good, and you can see exactly why EHM come into the round with pistols at most. Ruben does shut them down, so it does look a little bit more like a mild eco, but OJ in a 1 versus 3. This is still possible, but a Tech 9 in hand, being peeked by the A1S, will be shut down. Tricked Esport take the lead for, get this, the first time since round number 3, and theoretically since round number 5, if you count EHM coming back as well.
Do we have that mixed up? I want to say we had that mixed up. I don't think Tricked had it at round 7. Is that correct? There was a 3-4 and then EHM rolled back. Is that correct? Because EHM took the first 3 rounds.
Yes, you're right. Yes, you are. No. Trick took the first 3 rounds. What? Hold up. I'm checking. Give me a second.
Am I crazy? I don't think I'm crazy
Yes,
here, as
yes,
we are
you
looking
crazy.
into this next. I am. Okay.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. Trick took the first 3. EHM then took 1, 2, 3, took a 4th, 5th, and then it was 5-4, and then EHM ran away with it. Yeah, I had to check my notes.
You are correct. I got that wrong. I keep forgetting that we... Gosh, dang it. Now my brain is all over the place. So yes, very much correct. Please. I'm so sorry, Time to Light. I am all over the place today.
I had my stats all set up, and you were like, no! And apparently so is Fuse. Niflox is now dead, holding the angle and still loses the gunfight. This round looks to go the way of EHM to tie us right back up, but Ruben looking to bring it back. It's a 2 versus 3. The retake is going to come through. What a flashbang. Ruben now with a 3rd. Ruben, is all down to 12 HP, and Salazar looking to maybe deny this defuse, but he can't. No AK in hand. Salazar has it, though. Salazar won, but it's the 1 versus 1. Both of them low. Both of them maybe 2-shot at most. Salazar, a good sneeze from death. But it is a fake. But Salazar repositions. He gets the headshot. Andre's dead. EHM pick up the round. The retake is denied, and Tricked are relegated to a force buy at most, with Jacuzzi having the most money they can buy, but it's going to be broken at best.
Alright, well, EHM heard us talking a little bit of smack and heard me trying to give him false hope, calling out the scores wrong. We're like, alright, we'll just even it up here real quick. 11-11 here, 22 rounds have been played, and it's going to be looking like it is kind of that half-hearted purchase. Jacuzzi with the op, 3 with SMGs, and following through with a few more. We are going to get the ramp play once again, very, very standard, as is always, but a less than optimal, I want to say, chance at holding it, as Strict Esports only send 2 to defend ramp, and Jacuzzi finds 1.
Oh! OJ shuts down Mattel. Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the Vex start the fight. And Andre somehow doesn't win that fight. I don't understand it. I mean, yeah, an SMG and...
What?
How does... What? I am convinced that Niflox thought Fuse was dead, and I don't blame him. Somehow staying alive through now 2 different fights he should have lost both times. Ruben does come back and shut it down, though. So, op in hand for Jacuzzi, who does buy into this round. Ruben with this MP9. This is not a lost round just yet. Tricked are not out until, well, that timer hits 0, or the bomb explodes or is defused. We'll see if they can bring it back. Already setting up the retake. Molotov on towards the default plant. Taking a lot of damage as Bittner. Back down to 50. That's a lot of HP down when you're facing up against an SMG. And the retake's already pushing in, but yeah, oh my goodness, Ruben actually wins the fight. It's down to just 2. What? With 19 HP and a Galil watching you, that's going to be difficult. You can see exactly why. Ruben now dead. EHM take that lead right back.
What is this ridiculous swap back and forth of the leads? And this one is going to put Tricked Esports into the hole, right? Majority of the members under, every single member actually, under 3K. It is going to cause some problems that EHM should have an easy time cleaning this one up. They are going to pressure in fairly quickly, but it's going to be met. So Bittner is going to realize that's the full man drop in. It actually nets him a 1-for-1. Rest of the T's, though, we're going to push into A. Lurk by Fuse is going to net 2. And then this 2v3 weapons should be hot for Tricked Esports as they pick up a few. Yep. Should be able to get some weapons in hand. No utility, so it's all down to can you click on the head.
At this point, it's coming down to, are they going to keep the rifles? That is the question that remains for them. Ruben looking to hold the angle. OJ looking to get aggressive, and they're going to shut down for it. You can see the feet. Oh, no!
Oh my
It costs him a dink, but Ruben stays alive, and that's another AK afforded over. So, not an awful save round by any means for Tricked. They pick up 2 rifles for, not free, but not for much. A discounted price. A Black Friday sale, if you will, as EHM will pick up a 13th. Bomb does go off, and it is going to be probably the most important round thus far, as most of them, as we continue, are. But it's going to be one of the closer gun rounds we're going to see. You can watch this push through. Here's going to be one as the AK peeks around, and they're going to get one more as well. You can see the peek around back on a Niflox, who is shut down as they jump. Watch that. Clothesline. Good night. And, yeah, shut down just quickly. But Tricked need to win this. If they don't, I think they lose the game. Simple as that.
I would have to agree that Econ's not going to be in their favor, and that's a great way to ensure that you have a better chance of taking this round that Time to Light has pointed out so well. It's a nice opening frag on Defuse, who has been that lurk, the constant threat on the side. A molly thrown out to force Mathel off that route, and Salazar, though, is going to be deep low. Initial shots through, and OJ gets a spray through the wall. That's going to put it at 2, but it's still even. 3v3. Salazar very, very low. I take it back. 4v3 as OJ is on 1 HP. A single sliver.
Again, look in his general direction, stick a Q-tip in his ear, and he dies. Salazar on 9, so a combined 10 HP between 3 players, and OJ's dead to a Molotov. You cannot try and initiate when there's utility on their side. Bittner down to 45. This is utility central on this A side. Tricked already setting up a retake. The bomb hasn't even gone down. They're making their way over towards the scaffolding side of play. Andre holding the angle. MSN's going to die as soon as the smoke phase. No way they survive, but oh my goodness, he pushes through. They're playing Ring Around the Rosie on the B side. Niflox dies for it. Somehow, it is seemingly EHM in favor. MSN with another, looking to shut down Ruben. They lose the fight, but the peek around, the flashbang to follow. Bittner to shut it down, and EHM on to 14. That was the all-important round. That was probably the decider. I think EHM probably take it in 16 or, well, 16-11, and I don't know how OJ survives there. 1 HP, 10 HP between 2 players. There's no way you can do that.
Got a little help from a metal slab that was standing between him and the bullets, so you can thank your lucky stars for that, and that one's a nice one. But of course, we do have a little bit of a purchase here, the hero rifle for a Jacuzzi. But again, like you said, Tricked Esports sitting on pretty much nothing, even with the purchase. I'm not sure it's gonna do anything for them. So EHM have plenty to work with, and if you find Ruben on this corner staircase, be very, very dangerous. The spray through the wall. Bittner is not going to look and still gets the kill. Again, the dually is not enough to hand a kill over to Ruben.
No, that can't happen. Oh my gosh. You need to win this, or at least make it a negligible one that costs this EHM side. And it's not going to. I'm sorry. Tricked are going to lose this round. EHM are looking so strong. But Mathel's inside that smoke. Hold up. I may have spoken too soon. If this bomb goes down prematurely without this smoke being cleared, it could cost them. Mathel could get aggressive, but decides a little bit better of it. Molotov towards Salazar, and maybe towards Salazar. Spray? I have no idea. Damage of some kind, but Salazar now down to 30, and Mathel, with the smoke in front of them, somehow is still alive, but yeah, they will be felled. As will Andre, but the question is it to a knife? Will they die to it? The right click, no, it doesn't come through. Not as quickly, and the back just was not shown. Andre is given an AK, but you have to save this. Jacuzzi doesn't have money to buy into the next round. Run away, and he doesn't. Oh, Tricked. That can't happen. Jacuzzi has no cash, and talk about being strapped. They're strapped for cash with an M4, no head armor, and a flashbang. In all fairness, they do get dropped over and off, but still.
Yeah, might as well zero out. No reason not to. And this one's a tricky one. Again, Tricked Esport, like you said, need those openers. They need those opening frags. But Mathel is getting run up on. OJ was waiting. A nice HE is able to tag down about 30. MSN takes a little bit of burn damage, followed through on Bittner. So The chip is there. Can they finish it off? This is about the best start to a match point that you want. Mattel is able to take out Bittner. Can you get more? All the nades going out. Molly's zoning him off. MSN is able to find one. Jacuzzi and Fuse immediately fire back and trade. Netflix is able to find one from long range. And the straight on from Fuse is able to even things up in 2v1. Fuse is going to lose his life. OJ, last one remaining. And just like that, Strict Esports give him best chance. But OJ is able to find Netflix. Are they going to? Who wins this 1v1? Who wins it? Ruben. Ruben, you got to stay alive, my man. Has he in
he's got this.
They're going to peek up. Oh, they're going to look. They're going to look. Spray through. Not going to find it as that's a sprint. It's a sprint over to B. OJ taking the safer route and forcing Ruben to come to him. Is he going to find it? Head to the shot. That is OJ with a 2K taken at home. Knew that that was going to be Ruben following through and is allowed to pick up that final kill. 16-11. You called it time to light. That is EHM taking that victory.
And it was by no means easy, by the way. I just want to highlight that really quick. That was such a smart play from OJ. Originally attempting the fake run and then the re-peek towards CT. As soon as they suspected a lick of pressure, he was like, no, I'm going to start running away again. And then he's like, wait a second, I can play the long angle. Does so perfectly and just shuts it down and closes out Vertigo. EHM take their first win of the day. They do still have one more to play, as they are going to play Deja Vu after this, but OJ was such a smart play. I gave him a round of applause for a very, very good reason. That was a very, very smart comeback to try and take the pressure to the CT side instead of having it brought to him. And yeah, this was a missed opportunity. I was hoping for the knife, but it is going to be an EHM win, and in a little bit of a stylish fashion, a 16-11 finish was looking good for them.
And throughout the match, we had so many highlight moments that I think highlight the point that you said. This was by no means an easy match. Yes, that is going to be the side of Tricked Esports falling to 2-6. That does leave them, I want to say, in that 7th place positioning. I don't think they're going to move from there at all. Depending if AAB win or lose, I think one of their... no, AAB... Yes? No? Yes. They still have one more match to play. So there's a few other things in there, of course, but it's one of the rougher things to take a look at. Feels kind of bad there. However, very well done to Esports Harte Martinson. We'll go ahead, take a look, and see if they can pull out a victory against Deja Vu, or if Deja Vu will end the day at 9-0. So please don't go anywhere. We will be right back with some more Leagues.gg CSGO action here with the Danish Prime League.
Switch sides, like even when I die, I'ma ride for the squad. Let her ties in the hearse. I've been on a vibe, kinda hard to describe. I'm in between, I'm good and it's fine, but I'm tired of the grind. Then I come alive in the night to realize I'm in the middle of the time of my life. I'm never so packed for the stack, never lied on the rap. Got a bag from the way that I write it. Queen looking Tyson, do that ass survive, doing 80 to the house. Then I hit it to the sky, change haters on a tirade. Talking to they crib in the face, be still, let that hate stuff fade. We all want the same, we all want a meal in the safe. I wanna live like I'm trying to reach enlightenment. Trail spill from my lips, feel bent from the bib. Take a sip till I pass out. Try and get grit, but it don't make sense. Cause you can lose life on this fast route. Yeah, turn thoughts to a cash cow. I might flip that to the glass house. I don't need the accolades, I'm in love with the chase. I just wanna eat, save a spot at the table. Beats with the slap, pin myself on the map. You long with the wind, but we knowing that it's cap. 5-hour flights, couple nights at the flat. To be real, couldn't see me making moves while I'm at. I'm still on the grind, limit time when I chat. I'm burning down sage, keep the demons away. When I write it, give a piece of myself to the page. I don't do it for the praise, love, that's just how I'm
See the
made.
truth in the glass in the mirror.
Yeah.
Do it at me, old man, tryna pass in the fear. You're the first one to talk, but the last one to hear. Eyes blurry, but I couldn't see that. and he cleared down. Start to feel like I'm on one. Settle in, I'll be here for the long run. I'm a slave for the cash, got snakes in the grass, no brakes on the ad, but it's all fun. We done seen it all, heard enough, give me space before I murder y'all. 10 bad here, I'ma curve them all. 12 missed calls, and I still made a curtain call. Here to light it up, lighten up. Hear him talking, they ain't right enough, tighten up. Everything that I came for, I left with. I don't bang sets, I just bang on the set list. Going past supper when I came for the breakfast. Put me in your prayers, I might put you on the guest list. Young, tell me reckless, gold in my soul, got the same on my necklace.
Don't you wanna have fun? Fool around with someone? 'Cause don't you wanna have fun? Don't you wanna have some fun?
Yeah, his baby said that they don't got a future like it burns. So give him something worse to kill his head with, make him forget somehow. Might be that another day she would have wished he stayed, but they're done. Sorry's won't be enough this time. Yeah, he's calling all his friends to get some action and distract him right now. He's fine, got Lucy on the line, let's get this started. Where's the party tonight? I feel good, nothing weighs me down. I can't believe my luck right now. Red eyes while he said, don't you wanna have fun? Fool around with someone. Don't you wanna have fun? Never mind my dumb heart, it needs a little kickstart. 'Cause don't you wanna have fun? Don't you wanna have some fun?
There's no shortcut, no cheat code. All you got is you and the grind. And the whole army of randoms trying to stop you. Trying to be better than you. Trying to piss in your prize pool. And they can try all day, you go all night. Make every click count. Delete them all. Cause when you dedicate your life to this, it's more than winning. It's everything. Prime for glory.
And welcome back. We are here and ready for game number 2. Game 1, of course, being a banger that we were not expecting, and now we get a hope that this next match is going to be another one as well, as it will be eSports Harte Martinson, now sitting at 6-2, looking to dethrone and move to 7-2 against Deja Vu. Time to light. Are you ready for this match?
I'm ready, but I don't know what I'm expecting. I've seen both of these teams play now multiple times. Deja Vu both here and elsewhere, and they're a strong team. They're giving me deja vu as to how many times they win. They are very consistent. That is what it comes down to. Now, the question lies as to whether EHM can capitalize off of their previous map win, capitalize off the momentum it's now given them, and try and move with it. But I gotta be real with you, Orbital. It's a little difficult for them to do when you're playing up against an undefeated team, one that's at the top of the league. And I want to quickly update everybody again. Here are our standings, assuming I'm Once they show up. There we go. Here are our standings. So up here we got Deja Vu, right? They are looking very good. And then all the way down here, right there. There we go. That's EHM. Now it's not that different between 1 and 3, but this team hasn't lost. This team has twice.
Yeah, it's rough to think about, but I think if we've learned anything on the day, right, this final day of play, it can bring a lot of surprises to us. Honestly, I will have to retract whatever I said at the beginning of that pregame show of Game 1, right? Tricked Esports came out to play, and I will have to give them a lot of benefit of the doubt. They came out with 11 rounds that I wasn't expecting, right? A phenomenal set of play. Yes, there were some mistakes here and there. Sitting in mollies is stuff that, excuse me, I don't personally like to see. Of course, no one really likes to see it, but it happened, and they still came back from it. They still were able to put up a phenomenal game. And looking here, Deja Vu are going to try and shut this down because, again, if they lose, I think no matter what, they're locked in for first place. Maybe we see a little bit of craziness, but either way, no one, if you're 8-0, you want to complete that undefeated run.
So did I just hear you say you don't like to sit in Molotovs? I can't believe you. Summit 1G would be very disappointed in your preference of play. But my jokes and terrible flamey jokes aside, I want to see this game start out in a little bit of EHM's favor. Because Deja Vu are very consistent as a squad, and if EHM doesn't get a good start, they're not going to win. I'm sorry. You need a good start against Deja Vu to even have a chance, much less win the map itself. And we're headed to Overpass. Now, historically, Deja Vu haven't been an amazing team on Overpass, outside of this league, of course. They don't lose here in Leagues GG. They just don't. It's a plain fact. But elsewhere, Overpass has been a little difficult. Not their best map, not their worst by any means. I don't think they like Barrage. That's their main point of meh. But it's one of those, you need to see both teams come out to a good start. More important for EHM to do so because Deja Vu's a little bit more consistent. Honestly, I think they're a little bit of a better team, as you can see with their standings, and while you can see with them being shown on stream so many times, they're good. But if EHM, like I said, I will say it again, I will most likely say it multiple times throughout the remainder of this stream, if they don't start well, they're not going to win.
Yeah, you have to start off on the right foot, and I think that it does help that you won that first game of the day, right? They did win. They were able to take it home, and they ended on a few good rounds, right? It was not like, oh, you won in tiebreaker or anything like that. You won taking, I think it was 4 or 5 rounds in a row. You're able to take it home, so very, very nicely done. The question is who's going to step up next, because of the players that we did watch, Bittner was one of them. I think Fuse was another one that we saw have a pretty good game running out there. My question to you, Time to Light, who do you want to see step up once again of the players that we have seen perform so far in today's matches?
So I gotta be real. I really liked Bittner's play over on Vertigo. But it really comes down to who's a little bit more consistent. Now, EHM had Bittner there at just about every facet of the game, but we also need to see the op come out from Salazar. That's one of the main points. If you're on Overpass and you don't have a strong op, whether it likes to play towards long, over towards bathrooms, or even on the B site, I'm sorry, you're just not going to win. It's not going to happen, and it comes down to that and hitting your shots. As easy as that sounds, it's one of the most difficult things to do in Counter-Strike. Yeah, I can throw utility all day. Yeah, I can flash you in till the ends of the earth, but I suck at Counter-Strike. So when you make me play up against these guys, I'm going to lose every day of the week. I can tell you how to win, but it comes down to hitting those domes, and if you don't, you're not.
Yeah, there's a reason it's called a FPS game, right? That's the most basic thing that a lot of people grind and practice over and over again, and we saw a little bit of it, right? Sometimes the guns allow you to have a lucky time, get a double kill like Andre showed us, or some of them like OJ, very calm, very calculated, very methodical almost in the way that you set up these advantageous situations. So it's all about who comes out on top, and I have to agree Salazar is going to be one to step up, or needs to at least, because in Game 1 had a little bit of trouble, right? Op does not do amazingly well on Vertigo. It's a lot of tight corners, a little bit difficult to set up those long-range angles here. If you had to pick one, though, if you had to pick at least one route for him to go here to feel the most comfortable, where would you want to see him situated? Where would you want to see that Op have the most presence, or at least hopefully have the most presence, depending on where Deja Vu kind of peek their heads out?
Thinking bathrooms. You may want to play mostly towards brackets and bathrooms. You play towards that like wide double door at the entrance bathrooms towards the top of connector. You give yourself a lot of vantage points, but at the same time you take a lot of risks in doing so. You can be pressured from long, you can be pressured from connector, fountain, and playground. Or not playground, party. Wrong call out. But you need to have that good start, and you need to hit a decent percentage of your shots. Yeah, you can back out. You may be able to filter yourself out towards brackets, but you don't have that same impactfulness. It's going to have to be a lot of A play from Salazar. If we don't see that, and you don't see that pressure being put on by the op, again, they're not going to look good. Deja Vu just need to do what Deja Vu does if they want to win, which is win. That's what it comes down to for them. They play very strong with utility. They have a lot of tactical knowledge, and they hit their shots. Hence why they are currently 8-0. They are very good at the game, which is what we love to see out of teams. However, it's a little unfair for EHM going into the final week of play. This could decide their playoff hopes. I'm looking at our stats. It may not entirely. No, it won't. They have secured themselves playoffs with that game win. So, they're looking good. But it's still up in the air as to how well they'll play, because if they lose this and AGF win, I believe they play Deja Vu in round 1. So
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
yeah, it's not looking good. If you win here, you avoid Deja Vu and possibly play them later. But if you don't, you're in a bad spot.
Yeah, you don't want to fall into that pit once again, and so you're gonna have to try and do the impossible. I gotta agree, it's a little bit difficult, but we'll see what happens. Now, the question, next one that I want to kind of throw is a more team-oriented question. We talked about how Deja Vu are very strong overall, and it's standard that they kind of run over their opponents, whether it be a defensive or aggressive stance that they like to pick. The question, I guess, or the ultimatum given to the Esports Harte Martinsen squad is, do you want to play aggressive? Or do you want to play defensive, right? There are ways to play the defensive side. There is a way to kind of let the team roll into you and try and take it home, but there's also a way to play aggressive on both the CT and T side and come out with a victory, you know, challenging kind of that raging bull head-to-head. Here on Overpass, which would you prefer to see? We saw glimpses of both by EHM in that game 1, but which one would you prefer to come out here against the likes of Deja Vu?
I'd like to see a little bit of a switch up. I don't want to see something consistent, because if you throw anything repeated Deja Vu, they're going to read it after maybe the second try, and then they'll be like, all right, so EHM's playing aggressive, let's just chill back on site, bait them in, bang, you have a round win. Or if EHM decide to play conservative, and then Deja Vu's going to be like, oh, okay, we could play aggressive, or we could just wait for them to burn out their time, and again, get a round win. If you switch up your strats, you keep them off guard, then, and only then, will you be in a very good spot to catch Deja Vu off guard, who doesn't usually have that happen to them. I am liking how EHM started over on Vertigo. They lost the first 3 rounds, and then they immediately came back. Straight off the bat. They lost, I think they went 9-4, so at that point, they won 9 of 10 straight rounds. That is how strong they were on the CT side of Vertigo, which, again, is usually a strong side. But if we see that momentum and that skill come out from them again, they have a very good shot at least taking Deja Vu a long way and getting information for possibly a playoff matchup, or they have a possibility of winning entirely. Deja Vu is not immortal. They are not unbeatable, but they are a strong team, and we need to make sure that EHM respects that.
Yeah, respecting it is a huge play, you know, understanding that, hey, the opponent will be able to read some of these boosts, maybe some of these positions that we're holding. We have to be aware of that. We have to play against it. We also have to be aware of the lineups, right? Like, that is another thing that they are going to question. I love the lineups here on Overpass as well. There are some very cheeky ones. I think one outside of bathroom is probably the funniest one I've seen. You line it up, you jump, and you send it all the way into sight. I think it blocks out, I want to say, the back end of lobby or back A. I'm not sure which one it is. Either way, it's very entertaining as we get underway. Deja Vu on the CT side, EHM on that T side. And of course, they are rushing in, but Shahada was able to take 2 for Deja Vu. Kenny able to take 1 as well. So Salazar the only one so far to pick up Shahada's head. As the HM are onto this site, but slowly being fragged out. MSN, though, takes Kenny's life.
Retake is going to start early, and oh my goodness, it's already over. MSN Fuse Die, Bulldog, and M-Boy shut them down. And It was a good round from Deja Vu. Not a flawless one by any means. I said they are fallible. They're not an immortal team. They're not unbeatable. EHM showing that Deja Vu is human, but Deja Vu still showing that they're good. And that is the start that we're looking for if you are a Deja Vu fan. That's what your goal is to get a pistol round and then try and build off of it. EHM, though, with the bomb plant, they are going to buy into this round. You can see AK, Galil, and Deagle. Okay, I was very confused as to the buys there. It's a little bit of a delayed one, but EHM is still going to buy down to virtually nothing on this T side in round 2.
Yeah, we actually saw Fuse toss MSN that AK, so a little bit of a swap up. Make sure there are 2 utility carriers and 3 attackers is the best way to put it there. BT, of course, did not enjoy that pick to the head, I believe. Bittner seems to have changed his name and had a little bit of fun. So that is going to be Fuse now going down. Kenny not allowing this round to go off in EHM's favor. This is looking very, very clean as Daisy is able to take 2 very, very quickly as the OJ responds back.
4 versus 2, though. T-side could still get a bomb plant, and oh my goodness, BT's gone unchecked. Oh, he still loses the gunfight. Oh my gosh, no. This is why we cannot have nice things, EHM. This cannot happen. Oh my god. It could have gotten that gunfight one. Could have gotten a rifle and the bomb plant on B. Instead, none of the above. No rifle, no gunfight one, and no life for you, meaning no bomb. Deja Vu pick up a second. And that was a good round for them. Costed them, what, 1 rifle. SMG still kept for Kenny. So, in the end, nothing too bad for them. And information is now fully there for Bulldog. 1, 2, line them up, knock them down. 4 on the board as Daisy will shut it down. Daisy is not Daisy, by the way. This is a consistent thing where the CL_clean names or scrub names or something doesn't function properly. Yeah, I don't know why it continues to not work, but I believe it's no 10. That's Daisy. I'm gonna check really quick, but yeah, that's not who Daisy is.
Yeah. Daisy is just running around like no. I have an actual name, so we'll go ahead and go with Note 10 for right now because again, Bulldog and Note 10 kicking things off. To give us a really, really clean game. Salazar, Bittner, OJ, Fuse, and MSN have bought out, and Bittner goes ahead, takes Bulldog's life. So a very nice frag, taking out the top fragger to kick things off. Shahada, though, answers right back. Fuse is going to fall, and in this 4v4, looking like it's lower tons is going to be the question mark out into mid. Daisy or Noten is going to try his hand at taking 2.
Backing up, though, and you need to play your ground, looking for anything. Pop Flash will go over, but as soon as the smoke lands towards brackets, you can't act on anything. So therein lies your issue. EHM in the gun round, though, and EHM's looking to capitalize early. Smokes are going to be thrown out, and that's going to land towards the back of truck, maybe towards dumpster if it lands properly. And oh my goodness, there's one, but it's traded right back towards the connector side. Another, but trades back and forth. It's going to come down to a 1v1. OJ in another one. This time, it is to just win their first round rather than the last required. And Emble has played it perfectly. In the perfect position possible. No way this is expected from OJ. The reposition comes through, though. Not expecting OJ to peek around to the side. Maybe getting behind Dicey does. Oh my goodness, OJ can go to B if he wants. And it seems like he may just fall back into bank. Playing his life. Playing it perfectly. Timing not going his way. What is going on? Somehow they have not seen each other. OJ's gonna run. 10 seconds left. Will he stay alive? Flashbang's available, but does he get to default? Molotov's gonna go down. I don't think he can plant. He does have to plant behind the default position. He tries to plant. He wins the gun. Oh my gosh! OJ wins it! Somehow catching 5 different timings, getting around the Molotov, faking the plant to perfection, and winning it entirely. No business doing so. Watch this. Watch the dome come through. And there you go. While he's falling. That's insane. No way he pulls that off. EHM pick up there first.
Every single bit of luck EHM had was put into that 4th round. That was all it was, every single piece, and Embo's pissed. Embo is very much pissed off, so is Daisy. Both of them go ahead and fire away with the double op composition. I love it. I'm personally a huge fan of it because I love opping, I love scouting. MSN is not a fan, though, and says you are not allowed to party any longer with this gun. You are taking out Kenny with That, I believe it's a bullpup, is going to go ahead and take out one. Now down to a 4v2. EHM are going to go ahead and try and figure out what the next movements are. Embo getting 2 with the op so far.
It is Nixon. That's who it is.
Ah.
It's Nixon.
Now we know.
That was
now
my.
we know.
Yeah, I was thinking of Opa. I've casted Opa I think 3 times over the last 2 weeks. So that's why it was N something. It turns out to be Nixon. My apologies, chat. I was incorrect. But Deja Vu turned it right back, and it's AHM forced onto pistols. They will be able to buy next round, but for now they're looking for a bomb plant and maybe economic damage onto Deja Vu, who is by no means rich, but not poor either. And in comes a push. Kenny with 1, looking for more. They won't get it. Salazar shuts him down, looking for the continued push, but Shahada with the nade, and Embol with that up. It is just going to be a Deja Vu round, unsurprisingly so to say the least, but OJ, has picked up an AK, and, well, they've been shut down just as quickly. Deja Vu pick up the round, and yeah, that's not too out of the blue. They only lose 1 rifle, and again, not the end of the world.
No, really, it's not very clean of the side of Deja Vu to be able to hold that one. 5-1 is pretty much a standard now, and the main thing is, of course, yes, you're 5-1, but are you saving from win to win? That's the question that comes out here. Is Deja Vu losing multiple members across the board every single time? Is their econ kind of shot? The answer is definitely a resounding no. They're sitting on quite a bit of money. That means that in the further rounds, they're going to have plenty of buying power, even if they lose members. And EHM are going to be stuck kind of in this ping-pong economy. After a while, the loss bonus does swing back in your favor. You can almost buy every single round. But so far, it's going to be a little bit difficult. A very nice blind, actually. Salazar was able to take down 1. Fuse is able to take down 2 here. Kenny is able to take OJ's life, but Fuse is answering with the 3K. Daisy is the last one alive. Nixon, very sorry, is the last one alive for the CTs. That is going to be no kill so far for him. He's going to try and make it a 4K.
Looking for a 4K clutch. I'm not going to say it's impossible, but not very likely. At best, I assume maybe 1-2 kills and then grab the up and run, but it looks like EHM is running away from sight. Nixon could capitalize off of this, and nope, they won't. Just going to push in maybe last minute. Smoke's going to be put on the bomb. Maybe trying to fake something. Have somebody die to a bomb. Nope, there you go. Not even a kill. Just going to grab the op and run away. Bomb will go off. Nixon will stay alive, but lose 50 HP in the process. And EHM pick up a second round. I was saying they needed a good start. It isn't the greatest thing that they started on the CT or the T side. So EHM is not in an awful position. But they're looking for 6 or 7 good rounds here on the T side, and this start, not exactly what they need, but not the worst either.
Question is can they keep it up, right? That is the one that we need to check out for, and now we're going to get a little bit of a boost game. Nice jump up, but almost just in time. Bulldog can't peek over, so that is going to allow 2 Ts to actually shimmy into construction, and MSN is able to get the spray down. A phenomenal play by EHM. Once again, a stroke of luck that they were not spotted. Now they're going to try and boost on their own. Can't make it happen, though, as they do fall off. So simply put, they are going to walk away with their 1 frag. They're going to try and spread out and look for more.
I want to give a quick bit of disappointment towards Deja Vu. When you're boosting on sandbags, you have to get on the vertical sandbag, the one that is diagonal, so you can actually see over while you're boosting. When you boot, yeah, see on the right side, that sandbag, the one that's a little horizontal on top of another, that's the one you have to be on. The boosted player has to be on top of another player that is sitting on that bag. When you're not, you're going to see absolutely nothing but the balcony side of short, and you can see exactly how it cost them. However, Nixon is just going to push in, capitalizing off of the volume given away, and it's just going to be kills back and forth. Fuse does get a trade, and it's trades back and forth as well. Smoke will be put onto default. Nixon looking for something, but is shut down just as quickly. It's Embol left alone, and in a 1 versus 3, trying to spray the default position is not going to do so. I think this is a save. No kit, no utility, a smoke at best, and now 20 HP. You gotta run, and you have to keep this off alive if you're going to try and come back into the next round. Deja Vu, I can't believe I'm saying this, are going to be broke and are going to have their lead cut down, and Embo's gonna die here. Yep, they're dead. Every day of the week, domed out of their life. Fuse reads it perfectly. EHM pick up the round and break the bank of Deja Vu.
Oh, that hurts. Especially considering the rounds that you took, right? You were 5 rounds to 1, and EHM are able to run it back. This is kind of the EHM special, is the best way to put it here. So they are going to go ahead and manage themselves well. They should have an easier round as well here, but this is going to be a full-on sprint. We can see a hard push in the mid and 2 into construction, so bit of sprint. Shahada gets a very, very cheeky Zeus kill. That's the only one I think they're going to get. Bulldog. It's going to be the last one alive. Takes one dome of Bittner. Can he get more?
No, I don't think so. AK on the side. Oh, no. OJ shuts him down. There's the round going the way of this EHM side. And here's the Zeus, by the way. I love this. It's a Zico. That's what I love to call it. You buy nothing other than the taser, and you get a kill. It doesn't give you any money, but you take away a rifle. And they actually took away 2 rifles from EHM. So you can see Bittner and MSN, the 2 broke boys on the esports Hart and Martin's side. And I don't know if I am a huge fan of their just sprint into B yet again, because this time Deja Vu has rifles, yet it's still working. Utility dump simulator, and it's seemingly working early. Shahada and Kenny both getting kills. Shahada with a second, and what is going? Why does Salazar whip out the Tech 9 trying to peek a long range angle? I don't understand it. I'm not gonna lie to you here. EHM deserved to lose the round. I'm sorry. It's just a fact. I don't know why the heck you were sprinting into the site you just did the exact same thing on, and having your opper whip out a Tech 9 from distance. It's a questionable decision, to say the least.
Yeah, maybe they thought that they still had one more round of eco coming out of Deja Vu. Maybe they miscounted the econ rounds. I'm not sure. Either way, there's a little bit of a rough showing there.
Quad
as we get
boost.
his triple stack.
Quad boost.
Coming out here. Quad? Is it quad? I thought it was only triple
It's
for
quad.
some reason. It was quad. Okay. So quad boost didn't really yield anything. They did get a quick peek, and that actually might be their death. Embo is able to take one. Still on 1 HP. What is it with players right now living on 1 HP in this game specifically? That is another one as the spray downs happen. EHM do have 2 alive, with MSN trying his best to push forward. Salazar is able to take out Kenny. That puts it into a 4v2 with Embo on 1 HP. Bulldog might get sneaked up on. Spray down happens, and MSN finds a head.
As quickly as Bulldog peaks, MSN peaks. That is timing and a half. Welcome to Counter-Strike, by the way. MSN lining up the dumpster smoke, Molotov towards the back of Dice, and it's looking to be either an A play or an A fake. I can't distinguish the two just yet, because this EHM side is just waiting. I don't particularly know why. They are unaware of Nixon's position over towards long, and justifiably so, but now the second smoke, Molotov to follow as well, is going to be the play. They're pushing in, and MSN's going to be the catalyst to it, but Nixon from behind domes down the rifler, and it's Salazar alone in a 1 versus 3, and no, never mind. He's dead. Shahada from behind will shut him down, and that is the round going the way of Deja Vu, a second in a row, and one that doesn't cost them a monstrous amount of money, but they aren't rich just yet. They're looking good, but this is exactly what we saw from EHM back on Vertigo when they were playing up against not Deja Vu. I don't know why I forgot Trick's name, but yeah, I did. Yeah, when they played against Trick, this is exactly what happened to them. However, they looked a little bit better, and Bulldog looking for one. They only get one. Somehow it's a 1-for-1 trade. Rifle is picked up, and Daisy being pressured from behind. Nixon looking for it. Gets 2, gets 3.
Wow.
Kadak the 4th. It's a 1 versus 2. This is a possible round. OJ has a smoke and a rifle. This is not good by any means for Deja Vu.
Yeah, that is a round that they should not have lost a single person on. But EHM played it well. You know, you push as 5, you get a little bit better chance at taking at least one person down, and it worked. Very, very smooth, very, very well done. And if you get one more, you can already consider that a win. You don't get the actual round, but you still cut Deja Vu's economy even lower. So a peek left, a peek right, and around the corner to go. Shahada is able to finish it off with a headshot. But Deja Vu are kicking themselves a little bit here. So many opportunities to get multiple spray downs, and you only pick up 1 for 1, 1 for 2 each time. EHM are going to be quite happy, as they should be able to purchase into this round. MSN going to be the only one. Nope, is going to go on the lighter side of the rifle, but is opting for full utility. EHM ready to play.
everything they could ever want, and sometimes even more, as it's an early bit of short control for OJ, who has smoked off the Molotov, a little bit of wasted utility on both sides, but now a smoke towards short just delays everything. Shahada can't see a dang thing, at least they couldn't for about a quarter of a second, but now with full vision, and oh, that's a decent nade, not one that lands directly on Ambo, but still costs him a little bit of health, and now their flash can't see a dang thing, but won't die. Help from behind, help from around is, oh my goodness, walking to their death is this EHM side. It's Deja Vu in a 3 versus 2 versus 1. Salazar looking for the ace clutch. Now already with 3 kills. Kenny and Nixon all to find. This is possible, Orbital. This is more than it, but I don't think he's aware of the short position. He's not, and he actually, he gets smoked off. This is still possible. I'm not counting him out, especially with a shot like that.
Yeah, we said Salazar had to step up, and I mean, 3K so far is pretty good. If he gets an ace out of nowhere, I'll be very, very impressed, but of course it is difficult. Oh, throwing the molly. That's going to call it. No? In the corner they go. A flashbang pops open. A double peek is going to nail it home. So, smart play on Deja Vu's side. And they do collect their 9th here. We're inching closer to the ever-dreaded or cursed 11-4 score. But Deja Vu, so far, picking up the pace a little bit more. EHM had their own run, but Deja Vu said, it's our game now.
EHM had a shot, and Deja Vu then took said shot away from them. Very, very quickly. And it's pistols. All the up. Oh my goodness, it only gets 1. It does damage on the bit, but that's about it. Salazar pushing it. This is a possible bomb plant from EHM, looking to be the catalyst to the final round of the half. Salazar with an op in hand, and somebody has left the server. This is now a 2 versus 2. I was about to say a 5 versus 2, but I can't do math. It's a 2 versus 2. One that is very simply a good shot for this EHM side, but Salazar isn't aware of the flank. There's somebody coming behind them. It's Embo with that AUG in hand. But are they aware of it? I don't think they are.
Salazar, though, gets a snipe down. A nice little scope in. AUG is going to rip through. OJ dropped to 16th, and the spray comes through. Embo is able to take it in a 4v5, or what was a 5v5, now dropped to a 1 only alive. And we should get a tech pause. I don't think that affected the round at all, really, and Deja Vu aren't worried about it because they won, of course. And we are going to get this walkthrough. This was actually one of the better plays, I have to say. Again, stacking up. You only lose 1, and you minimize that chance to lose a few more.
Yeah, we are going to get a little bit of a technical timeout really quick. So, yeah, you can see, here are some replays from earlier. Here's the quick headshot to close out the insane clutch from OJ. And this is basically a game wrap-up thus far. We're heading into round number 15. Thus far, it's been Deja Vu relatively commanding, shutting down EHM where they stand. And you can see exactly why. Look at the spray downs coming through, the consistent play of utility, favoring the CT side at seemingly every facet of the game. But, again, for Deja Vu, they're 8-0. It's been by no means easy for them. They've had their difficulties, and, well, they've had their ecos somehow still doing damage. I think EHM, if they lose this round, there's not a very good shot at them winning 11, maybe even 12 on the CT side because of how consistent Deja Vu is and how strong their attacking sides are.
Yeah. Huge props to Deja Vu so far. Even if, you know, I would... I don't want to say it, but I kind of do at the same time. I want to say, even if it were a 4v5, I think the outcome would even still be the same. I think that's the crazy thing, is we do have, I believe it was Bulldog that actually fell before. So unfortunately, he was actually out of the server. So now we go ahead, get everyone back in the game. Again, very nicely won. Deja Vu now are going to look, like you said, to finish things off. No real reason not to. It's going to be hopefully a clean up case. As Shahada is playing for a little bit of fun, I see a shotgun in the hands of the rusher is probably what it's going to be.
Shahada with the XM1014, the auto shotty as it's more commonly named, and is probably going to push long here, the short here, sorry, as they smoke off the Molotov and are going to be aggressive. Now, is it going to land? There's going to be a double, or a quad boost, the one I was talking about earlier. This time, nobody being aggressive from heaven, where it mainly looks, so no shots landed. Fusion pushing in, looking for the shotgun, it won't win the fight. Shahada, now $900 richer, and a gunfight higher up on the kill feed. looking to be aggressive yet again, looking for another kill. Bittner on 19. They are a sneeze away from death, but somehow still alive. Players surviving on low health has been the consistent theme of today, and somehow Shahada gets out of the smoke, but will not survive the entirety of it. Nixon now has his name, by the way, as it is no longer Daisy, but EHM are not looking too good in this round.
A little rough for Where, and a little hop up means
no.
Nixon's head is ripped clean off. MSN was ready for it. Now we do get the dance in because, again, the bomb is not going down yet, so Deja Vu are still chasing 2 members of EHM around the map. And they don't want to play it just yet. They don't want to give the information. Now they do. MSN is going to go ahead and drop down. This is a good flank, though, so Deja Vu should have good pinch potential. Misses the op shot, though. Embo, you can't miss those.
Oh, MSN is shut down, though. OJ, 1 versus 2. We've seen clutches before, but it's mainly been the 1 versus 1s. Looking for something is shut down. The op will clean it out. Deja Vu go up 11-4. But just like 9-3 in Valorant Orbital, this is the cursed scoreline in Counter-Strike. You want to win halves just in any fashion other than 11-4. This could be bad. I'm not going to lie to you. This could be bad.
If there was any team to break a curse, I feel it would be Deja Vu, right? I just feel it in my bones that they'd be able to break that curse off and just say, no, we don't believe in that, so we're not going to worry about it, right? So now we do get the sprint in. This is going to be a lower tons play. Rest of the squad backing it up. And a hard rush. This is a hard sprint in. And a pop. Are you kidding me? Okay, I was about to say, that should not go through. But that is almost going to be a play, and that's going to be a knife through. Fuse is going to finish it off on Embo. Oh, Fuse, that is a rude kill. And right here, this is such a weird way to watch that jump through. I can't believe they still actually got off the first shot, but it doesn't matter. The knife through is going to give Fuse a huge chunk of economy to work with, as it is going to be the play for the side of EHM.
Believe it or not, that's actually a relatively smart play. You don't go for any kills. You look to be the main target while being a small target. Jumping, crouching, and looking at the ground makes your hitbox so much smaller than it usually is, and it makes your life just that much more worthwhile. And in the end, it doesn't cost your team all that much. It costs your team a knife to the back, but it's now looking to cost you even more, as EHM already picking up the pistol, most likely going to pick up the conversion as well. I see no avenue in which they don't, unless Bulldog surprises me, which they've already done multiple times before, so it's not completely out of the blue, but it's still going to be difficult, as, well, it's 2 Deagles up against 2 rifles and 3 MP9s, all of which are dangerous from nearly every range nowadays, so I am not going to say I don't like their chances, but they're not good.
Definitely going to be a little bit of a rougher one. But we are seeing those Deags. We've seen what those Deags can do, and not sure if we're going to see it here. Again, the peek's out. Bulldog. Want to see who we can find. We'll play left and right. Is going to be the call. Bittner is going to go ahead find Bulldog. So Shahada, last one alive, is going to take the chances in lower tons. Nope, thinks better of it. Goes around the corner and is immediately going to be taken out. Bittner follows through with 3. That's the expected round. It was expected that EHM come out on top. Deja Vu, of course, with the Deag buys. We're now going to go for a hero rifle. Embo picking up a set of full armor plus a AK. So taking some chances here in the 3rd round of the half.
I'm questioning this one. At this point, just save, try and buy next, because they've yet to win a round here in the second half of play. So their loss bonus is going to be pretty good, 2,900 if my math is correct. So they will be made of money going to the next round, but now they're made of rifles, as Bittner's now dead. This is the opening you're looking for if you bring in a hero rifle, and it's seemingly the one they have gotten, but I don't think they can pick up that rifle just yet. MSN takes down Kenny, so it is actually an MP9 given over, not a rifle. I lied. Bittner died with that SMG in hand, so not the greatest scenario, but not the worst nonetheless.
Couple question marks around there, and Fuse goes ahead and takes 1. That should be just a run through of the rest of the players. Embo takes Fuse. Actually, a huge tag on Salazar. I'm not sure who did that, as he's effectively very, very low. The peaks back and forth. I found it! But just like that, Deja Vu go, hey, you peaked your last peak. MSN is the last one alive and very far away, playing all the way in Playground. So this should be an easy plant to get some money back. Deja Vu looking to take a 12th during the retake of EHM.
Trying to double EHM's score line, but will the retake come through? Both players low, a combined 56 health between them. That's just 2 SMG headshots at most. If not, it's 2 body shots onto one of them. Smoke will go down towards the bomb. That will bounce over top. No, it doesn't. It doesn't bounce over the top of the truck. So they basically smoked themselves away from the bomb. Looking to push straight through it, but oh, guess who's on the other side? Embo shuts them down. Deja Vu double up EHM, who at this point, even though they're on the CT side, is not looking good.
Hurts so much, but at least you still have some good purchases. The weapons are in hand, but the armor is not there. Bittner with the full glass cannon build. We are looking at just body armor for 3. That's going to mean these shots have got to be precise. Salazar is going to eat a good chunk, 14 damage off that side. A little bit of extra burn. Nixon is going to feel that one, and for the first time, it feels like everyone on both sides are taking it a little bit slower here into the 19th round.
Bittner playing an off angle. Nobody checks this, by the way. Nobody clears this. The smoke will go in to basically deny Bittner of any view, but it's 2 openers going the way of Deja Vu. And this cannot happen. Salazar does turn it back. So, a good catalyst to bring them back into the round. But they're going to peek again and win another fight. Salazar looking strong with the op. I was talking about needing to see Salazar play, and towards the bathroom's position, no less. Look at exactly what he's doing. I'm so smart. That's all I'm saying.
That is all you. You were the one that called that. You are perfectly in the right to do so as Nixon takes another. Salazar is the last one to be standing and takes a quick peek, shoots through the wood, is able to find Kenny in the body. That's not one that you enjoy too much. But moving into the next, you might want to save here, and I think that is the call. Plant is going down as Deja Vu may or may not send a few dogs to go on the hunt here. I mean, you have plenty of econ to work with. Might as well. Maybe. I'm not sure yet.
I think, yeah, Salazar just needs to save. If they don't, EHM is not going to be made of money in the slightest. This will be their money broken. So they're going to play hero up in the next round. If they buy, I'm disappointed. That's what I will be. But I just don't think they're going to buy. There's no reason to overinvest into a round unless you think it's a forced buy round and then maybe try and take rifles away. It's possible, and they could make it an arguable buy, but it's not one that you want to throw in. That is the main point of contention there. Nixon's going to do a little bit of wall riding, and Embo going to do a little bit of dying to the bomb as the op is dropped and not picked up. Most importantly, Deja Vu will not have that big green gun in hand going into now this 20th round of play. EHM, on the other hand, does indeed.
They have one, but that's about it, right? That's all they got. Oh, I think that is a... Correct me if I'm wrong. I think that's a FAMAS in the hands of MSN there. So that's 2 rifles. OJ, though, might be taken out very, very quickly. Dropped already to 55. Salazar finds a peek in Embo. And Embo is out. Salazar making good on using that op.
Ooh, Fuse. Headshot there, and EHM are in such a good position, but it does miss. OJ's playing aggressive, though, picking up that AK that had been dropped by Embo earlier, and, well, really dropped technically by Salazar. Bulldog completely unaware. No idea in the slightest that the flank has come through. Do they clear this? That is the question. No, they do not. Nixon gets one onto MSN, though, so that is the trade that comes through. The FAMAS is dropped. No way OJ expects Bulldog to play around here. Bulldog peeks it. What a play. The game sense is there, realizing that there was a vacancy towards Fountain, and, well, they play it to perfection. Deja Vu capitalizing off of their in-game knowledge, capitalizing off of their strategic intuition, and, well, getting kills because of it. It's a 3 versus 2. This round is by no means over, but with Bittner now down to 1 shot, Salazar one-shots Shahada with the op in hand. They're both low. This could go either way. Bulldog with the AK. Oh, they're shut down. It could go the way of EHM, and it does. Oh my gosh, they pull the force buy through and it works for them. That can't happen. Wow.
It can't, but it did. And take a look at that scoreboard, right? You said at the beginning, we were taking a look at some of the players to watch here, and on Overpass, the Opper is someone that is drastically necessary for a game to go well. Salazar, 20 bomb. This is a phenomenal game from him so far. Yes, you're down quite a few rounds, but it gives you a little bit of hope, right? Gives you a little bit of hope to play for. And so far, this is looking like another one. Deja Vu with a scuffed by Shahada and Kenny were the only ones to really buy rifles. Bulldog and Embo, of course, sitting with the 2 Deegs, are going to have to try and work a little bit of magic here if they want a 14th round for themselves.
I don't think Deja Vu's looking as good as I thought they were. I'm not gonna lie to you, especially with Salazar hitting shots like that. That was a headshot, by the way. I don't know if you saw that. That was a headshot. I don't know how. Shahada does get one, but is shut down just as quickly. Kenny in a 1 versus 4. And unfortunately for Deja Vu, this is not Kenny S, who, by the way, has recently been added to the G2 roster again after Nex's visa issues. But Kenny, with an eye, this is possible. We've seen them pull stuff off before here in leagues and here elsewhere, but they're going to be in a difficult position. That was a dink headshot, I believe, through the armored car, and oh, they dropped Bittner. They're looking for more as well. Bittner was low, but it was the headshot nonetheless. Looking to play aggressive on towards the up. Does Salazar play the angle? Do they get the shot? No. 30 seconds left. Bomb in hand for Kenny. Down to 50. Looking for the play, but they're being flanked. OJ in a perfect position. Can just shut this down. Nope, it's fused to do so. EHM pick up an 8th. And again, break the bank of Deja Vu.
What a play so far. EHM taking 2 in a row for the first time in what feels like forever. And Deja Vu for the first time in what feels like forever as well. No econ to work with. We knew that it was pretty scuffed last round. This time it's full on econ. Bulldog the only one to really pick up a nade, anything of the sort to try. Get some help back, but a nice molly coming out. I believe that was out of fuse. Is able to tag everyone down, slow them down. OJ finds Embo, and the rest running through Fountain should be found in mid. Party in party as 3 show up, and 3 quickly knocked down by Bittner's gun.
Bulldog now the one in a clutch, and with a Tech 9 in hand, I'm not liking their chances. Looking for whatever he can get. Does get one. OJ's dropped. Looking for more. Bittner will close out the round. EHM on to 9. And if they hit double digits and continue to break down Deja Vu, they are looking like a much more dangerous team than they were up against Tricked Esport, who, I will remind you, is 2-5, now 2-6. EHM 6-2, rivaling the 8-0 squad, the only left undefeated team.
Is getting a little bit out of hand, but a nice slip through means that these 4 AKs might be able to do some work.
Oh.
Fuse, though, finds Shahada's life, and that's going to put him in a very rough scenario. EHM finding a huge window of opportunity. Can this op work? A shot through finds Nixon. That is 14 HP left on this player. That is not what you want to see happen.
What?
Nixon
No.
with a swing and a half on OJ's head. These are some miraculous plays coming out here, favoring either EHM or Deja Vu. Deja Vu finding a little bit of a spark, and this is now stalled out. They don't want to make the wrong move. They know that this is getting a little bit out of hand, and EHM is a team, the one team that you don't want to allow to have that craziness work in their favor.
There's no way that happens. I refuse to believe it. Nixon was just shot from a distance through. He was not the one right next to the wall, by the way. He wasn't. He was all the way back in connector, was hit by the spray, and then domed down OJ. When he had no business winning that. He was one shot. Should have died every day of the week. Kenny will be killed here. Oh my goodness, Kenny wins the fight. I thought Kenny was going to win that or lose that every day of the week, and somehow wins it. Deja Vu are looking like a much better team than what we've seen in the previous few rounds, and you can see exactly why. It is that 2-for-1 trade from Bulldog, and they've pushed on to A. Amble has played this to perfection. Nixon's going to get the bomb down towards default, and Amble just flanking behind Bittner, who actually seems aware of it. Bittner looking to push, looking the wrong way. Maybe look at it the right time. It's Nixon down at 14 health. 1 versus 1. Daisy on the screen, but Nixon on the board, and I think they need to just hide. Nixon needs to hide. Playing towards Shroud. Trying to just play their life. Play time. But if Bittner even looks in their general direction, they die. Looking down, sees him. Bittner wins it. EHM reach double digits, break Deja Vu yet again, and I'm getting Deja Vu as they've fallen once more. EHM looking like a completely different squad. What is going on?
I have no clue. I have absolutely no
Me too.
clue here. Esports Harte Martinson are giving us a game here. We didn't expect it. We know they're 6-2. We know they're a strong team, but not this strong. Deja Vu faltering a bit here at the finish line. Maybe taking a nap here like the hair does. Tortoise will slowly pass him by. EHM gonna go ahead and swing wide. Find Kenny. That's one. Shahada also ate some damage on the other side. And Deja Vu, we are wondering what's happening as Fuse hits some amazing shots onto Kenny's life.
Down goes 2 now. Deja Vu in a 3 versus 5. They've already used all the utility they brought into the round other than the 2 smokes on Bulldog and Embo. And this is not good. By any means, not good. OJ brings out a smoke at the worst possible time. We'll die, and that's just timing. Welcome to Counter-Strike. Unfortunate, a little bit, but that happens just about every first-person shooter. Not down to just Counter-Strike. Bittner does get the trade through. It's a 1-for-1, now a 2 as Fuse shuts down Nixon. It's Embo in a 1 versus 3. Fuse on 1 HP, yet again 1 HP, but I just don't think this one's possible.
Oh. And that was a drop down as EHM don't want to take the shot, and Embo's like, man, I was just granted a second life. That could have been really, really bad. EHM are going to move to 11-13. Exactly where Tricked Esport were at 1 point. Now, will they be able to do better than Tricked here? Embo comes back with an AK. Takes a peek. No one sees him. Hasn't looked right. Is going to look right. Remember, that's a 1 HP Fuse. Fuse calls it out. He's going to try and manage in. Shouldn't be more than about 5 seconds left. Is just hunting for the kills. Embo down to 9. And it should be a formality at this point. Around the corner they swing. And Embo, I think, loses his life after time. And that one hurts. That one hurts a lot. 350 to move into this 25th round. EHM are looking to do what no other team has done so far in the season.
This is not good for Deja Vu. Relegated to pistols. And by the way, I've just looked back at this Deja Vu roster. Bulldog's name is actually Hartvig. I was wondering why the heck his name was Bulldog, because it was correctly capitalized and nobody ever uses the word Bulldog in Europe. It's because his name's Hartvig. So there you go. EHM full rifles up against pistols at best on this Deja Vu side, and I'm getting Deja Vu as they continue to lose opening gunfights. Yet again, dropping the first fight. Unsurprising, as OJ's kind of like good at this game, but a pistol, you have to hit your headshots, and it just does not happen. They've gained bathroom control on the Deja Vu side, but there's still this presence in connector, and somehow Nixon loses the fight. I don't know. I don't understand how that happens. How do you lose that fight while your opponent's on a ladder? I don't know.
I mean, you do have a pistol, so it's kind of like, they're on an eco. Can we really fault them? Somewhat, yes. Somewhat, that they're in this situation to begin with. We said this was supposed to be a formality finish. We said Deja Vu. We're supposed to be the ones closing things out. And now with weapons in hand, can they do anything? Kenny is getting dropped. No chance at all for them to come back. Shahada now with a rifle is going to try his best to move into the territory of A. But I mean, that's a shot through. Salazar takes it home. 22 for Salazar so far. And they're 1 away. Light, they are 1 away from tying these up. Deja Vu, with 1 buy round in a hand, are going to try and put it all on the line here.
I just want to point this out really quick. You remember when Salazar hit 20 kills in round 20?
Yeah.
Since then, he's gotten 2. Bittner, since then, has gotten 11. OJ with 4. Fuse with 6. And MSN with 3 of their own. So, if you're covering the math there, Salazar has not hit a lot of shots. The rest of the team has picked up the slack more than that as well. EHM looking to tie Deja Vu. Yes, I said it out loud. I did not think I would. but they are looking to tie up Deja Vu as they are continuing their reign of dominance on the CT side of Overpass. I was talking about Deja Vu's very good attacks. They just really haven't shown up. A lot of utility has been dumped on either site, but they've been favoring B a little bit too much. And as a wise man once said, if you try the same thing over and over again and expect a different result, you are an insane person. You can see exactly why, as Deja Vu loses an opening fight, but they get the trade right back, as Nixon will come out on top of the second duel. OJ is dropped, but Embo is as well. 4 versus 4, but look, they're going B again. And the pressure's all here for EHM.
All right, let's see if they can do it. MSN says, nope, anything that you wanted is not handed to you. Kenny is able to get a spray down, but MSN falls through behind Bittner. Nixon is going to put it into a 2v1, and that's going to be the finisher. They do it. EHM tie things up, and Deja Vu are again stuck in this eco scenario. I think they were going to get 3,400 from that lost bonus, one that we never thought they would have to use, and it is granted at the most perfect time. They have bought out full AKs, a little bit of body armor for Embo and Shahada, but weak on the utility. This is going to come down to the gun round, and one asks the question, is EHM just on fire? Is Deja Vu slacking here?
It is, it's November, so I feel like Deja Vu is a little cold, but it cannot continue. This is the Danish Prime League, so everybody's sitting under the same temperatures, and you can see it's heating up a bit for EHM. Peeking around long. Oh, Shahada, you gotta win that gunfight. Oh my goodness, he doesn't. Oh no. Oh, doesn't even get a kill. At most does 50 damage onto OJ. Embo has gotten bathroom control, but you can see they're relatively aware of it. Bittner winning yet another gunfight. No way. They continue to do it. Looking for more. Molotov dropped, giving them a lot of room on this CT side, and this is impossible. I refuse to believe this is real life. Down goes Hartvig to 43 health without seeing a single dang player. 100 HP between these two duels. Bittner wins another. This isn't happening. Switching back to the M4, looking for more, but Hartvig shuts him down. So, Bittner is finally dropped, but a 3-for-2 trade going the way of EHM. They may take the lead here. I don't get it.
To keep in mind, this is, I hate to say this, but if EHM win this, there will not be a change in standing. If they win this one, there will not be a change. Deja Vu will still be first. But the ending to the season would be amazing. EHM are 2 away from closing out a map against Deja Vu here on Overpass. You said it best, Light. I think it's the best way to call it is Deja Vu maybe not as comfortable here on Overpass. It's not one of their, I want to say, favorite maps to play. And it might be coming back to bite them a little bit, as they do get a little bit of a weird boost here. Deja Vu understand as well that, hey, it's not necessary to win, but this is for pride. This is for the pride of being able to finish out the season in a perfect record, with the games all but not. You're looking at a full push. Salazar opens up with 1. That's going to put him at 23. A nice entry in. Once again, it is a rougher chance. Kenny, though, even if he's a Bulldog, finally finding a win on the 3rd trade of the game, and that is going to be a full push in. Deja Vu finally have site control for once in the latter half of these rounds.
The important part is EHM does not have a loss bonus. They will be able to save rifles if they do so please. Bittner trying to play a little bit aggressive, and they are one of the weaker players in terms of economic value in the bank. And you can see exactly why. They are going to drop out. Running away, holding W in the opposing direction. You can't particularly blame them for it. EHM are going to be tied up yet again. This could be overtime. Very, very easily, but it could also just turn around. EHM could turn it right back. They could easily win this in regulation. Deja Vu in that exact same position. This game is anything but over.
So weird to hear you say that and be so right when the score is 14-14. It's so entertaining here and exciting and exhilarating that this is how the Danish League will close out their streamed Prime League. This is the game that is going to finalize those standings. Couple mollies are going to be chucked out there in mid and I think lower tons. We are going to see a few flashbangs go off inside of mid. Trades back and forth. Kenny is
Oh.
able to find an opener on Jay. OJ for the first time winning it out, but Salazar quickly evens that one's up. What more can they get? Again, only one down for each side.
Nixon peek. Oh, Nixon's dead. EHM. That is the 2-for-1. Now a third. As Bittner shuts down Kenny. Oh, no. Embo has to play aggressive. Hartvig has to play with him, and Embo loses the fight. It's down to Hartvig in a 1 versus 4 to save Deja Vu from facing match point and technically non-undefeated point. I don't really know what to call it, but you know what I mean.
It is... Hartvig needs to pull this up. Hartvig really needs to. Can't. Oh my gosh, EHM. EHM are one round away from making the gods bleed. There is a chance. There is a chance Deja Vu go into the playoff rounds on a loss, which would be heartbreaking. You don't enjoy moving into playoffs on a loss. It always feels kind of bad. And ESPORTS Arte Martinson, look at their scores. Bittner with 28, Salazar with 25. Everyone has stepped up in a big way here. OJ, Fuse, MSN, every single person has stepped up when they needed it most and have drawn back this game. Deja Vu know it. They're playing this one much closer to the vest. Still have a decent amount of utility to play with if they get inside, but Salazar still finds Embo. Salazar giving EHM their first opener, or in opener, I should say. OJ finding a second, and Deja Vu go, what the heck is happening?
I'll answer that for you. They're losing. They don't have a good shot at winning this. This is not looking good, to say the least. EHM are facing what would be their first loss of the season here at Leagues GG, and well, the last possibility to do so, they pull it off. They somehow drop the last possible map. It's not over. I am a little bit premature in my verbiage, but it is very close to being just that. Looking at pressure a little bit towards B. You can see on your minimap there's a smoke towards Heaven, but as I say that, there's pressure towards A at the exact same time. Kenny has the bomb and is waiting towards Monster. Maybe a little bit of a gamble play, but Shahada has now been ticked by that Molotov. That should have been heard by at least Fuse. Now, the information may be there, but it may not, and OJ shuts down Hartvig. MSN to remove Kenny. Shahada 1 versus 5 to save Deja Vu. There is no way on God's green earth they get this. 1 is all they will receive. OJ shuts them down. EHM beat Deja Vu. I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
It's crazy to say that is how it's ended. ESPORTS Arte Martinson take down the first place team, Deja Vu, in a thrilling 30-round game. Much deserved to them. And Deja Vu, even for a team that looked a little off, still looked like they could have taken it at any point. That is the craziest thing. They were off. We knew it. We said they weren't hitting their shots, and yet they still made it this close. You can see in some of these replays the teams battling it out back and forth. That you can't even tell who was rocking which round. Everyone was playing to an exceptional level at points.
If I had $1 for every time that the lead switched between the two teams, I'd be able to retire before the age of 20. These teams were so even. It's anything but, like, Deja Vu lost the map after being up 12-6. There's your statistic. They were actually up 13-6. I'm sorry. They lost 14-16 after being up 13-6. There's your statistic for the day, or a much more important statistic for the day. That's astounding. I don't get it. I don't understand how that happened. Winning that many rounds, it was, if my math serves me correctly, 10 of 11 rounds went to EHM. Another streak of being near immortal on this CT side. They pulled it off on Vertigo. They do so yet again on Overpass. And they look next to flawless doing so. They by no means walked away with the game. It was by no means easy whatsoever. But 16-11 back on Vertigo. 16-14 against the once undefeated Deja Vu here on Overpass. They are looking strong going into playoffs.
I couldn't have asked for a better doubleheader than this. Right? I could not have asked.
We still have one more. We still have one more.
I know we do, and it's going to hopefully be as phenomenal as this one that we just watched, or the first game of the day, to be honest. But we are going to go to a very short break. We're going to get an interview with one of the players from ESPORTS Harte Martins and get their feelings about the last 2 games that they have played and how they feel going into the playoffs at 3rd place. Please don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here this evening.
There's no shortcut, no cheat code. All you got is you and the grind. And the whole army of randoms trying to stop you. Trying to be better than you. Trying to piss in your prize pool. And they can try all day, you go all night. Make every click count. Delete them all. Cause when you dedicate your life to this, it's more than winning. It's everything. Prime for glory.
Alrighty, and welcome back. We are hopefully having an interview here very, very shortly with a member of ESPORTS Harte Martinson who, again, completed a doubleheader, the 2-0 sweep on the day, and it was a fantastic one to watch as well. And again, after that short break, you saw who has been allowing us to run this season here at Leagues.gg. SteelSeries has been a phenomenal sponsor here, being allowing us to run so many amazing games, so many leagues here across so many different countries, and it's been an amazing time. So hopefully we get to hear someone's voice. I'm not sure if we will hear. Do we have someone on there? I don't believe so just yet. Yeah, getting some words about 2 minutes away. But I mean, let's talk about it a little bit. Time to Light. There were so many amazing plays, and I have to say, so many players stepping up. You mentioned Salazar, Bittner, OJ. I think all 3 were in thoughts after that game 1. After game 2, I got to ask you, I mean, what did you think? Salazar, did he step up in a big way, or come on, give me some tea?
So, yes, Salazar stepped up, but it wasn't as consistent as I would have liked. That was my main issue. Salazar was good towards the middle half of the game, or I would say the middle third of the game, I suppose. Really between rounds like 10, 11 and 21, 22-ish. And then after that, it was a little bit difficult. I think he ended the game with 25, 26 kills maybe. And it wasn't an amazing showing. It had 20 by round number 20. And then after that had at like half a kill per round or 1 kill every 2 rounds, depending on how you look at it. It was so close, but I think Salazar was a catalyst to help the team, especially the AWP. AWP is always concerning there, and one that really helps you out to win those rounds. I believe it was more the danger of facing it rather than the actual AWP itself. That, and the fact that Bittner's just insane. That also helps, because Bittner's finishing the game with next to a 30 bomb. Do we have the scoreboard up by any chance? Because
I think it was 28. I think is what we saw was 28.
Still,
unfortunately, I don't think we can pull those stats back. I think the players have left already, but we are getting one joining in shortly. I have to give credit. I gotta agree, right? Salazar held it off for so long, and I think we're actually gonna get Salazar. I think that's the name that I heard. MSN, never mind, swapping around. All the letters. I am very wrong. Hello to you, MSN. How are you doing today after those 2 phenomenal wins here on the day?
Hi there.
Hello?
You there?
Hello? Yes, I'm here.
Hello.
Hi there.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
All right, so I wanted to ask you, MSN, how are you feeling after those 2 wins? One, knocking down Tricked Esports, and then also taking down the reigning kings, the Deja Vu squad that was undefeated moving into this final week.
Obviously, we are happy about the 2 wins. We expected to win against Tricked Academy, but it was a little bit harder, and the expectation was a bit lower against the Vu because they are undefeated, obviously. But we took it up, and we're happy about the win.
Now, you guys started off in a little bit of a difficult position. Of course, the T side of Overpass is by no means an easy feat to overcome, especially up against a very dangerous Deja Vu defense. Now, they started on that CT side. I want to start off. How was your T side mentality? You guys dropped 11-4, which is the cursed scoreline. I just want to point out, I mentioned that, Daniel. It is the cursed scoreline in Counter-Strike, but that was the one that really hurt Deja Vu. You guys only got 4 rounds out of 15 in the first half. What was your mentality going into the second half?
Well, yeah, obviously we were a lot behind in the first house. We were struggling because we didn't know how they played, and of course Nixon is a very talented player. He has a very good aim, and yeah, he just owned us on the A side. So and also our T side is not our strong side. Obviously, it's our CT. We're better on the CT side, and yeah, we turned the game around, and we won the game.
Now, you guys turned it around in a very convincing fashion. You were down 13-6, and then flipped the script. Completely turned it around. Now, we don't actually have an actual script, unfortunately. That would be really cool and make my life just a little bit easier. But it was 13-6. You then won 10 of 11 straight rounds. Outstanding performance on the CT side. What was really the build-up there? Because you by no means fully prepare for that. However, you pulled it off and won it out round 30. I really want to focus around round 30. You started off with 2 amazing picks. Salazar opening things up, and then if I'm not mistaken, you were the one to get the second pick, really putting you guys in a 5 versus 3 and in an amazing position to take the map overall.
Yes, the guys were first we got the opening kill by Salazar, and it made the round more confident towards us, and then it went smoothly after that, and yeah, we just took the game out and took the win.
Hey, I love to see it. It is an amazing finish. Now, my final question for you before I swing it to Orbital and we send you on your way. What were the comms? That's what I want to know. What were the comms like as you moved on to round 30? You guys took it. What was the reaction as the map finished?
The comms were not like exceptional. It was just calm. We took it up, keeping it humble, and yeah, just taking the game and just happy about it. Nothing crazy.
That's awesome to hear. Now, moving and thinking about those playoffs here, I gotta ask you, right? You took down Deja Vu once. They are still first seed moving into the playoffs. Do you think you can do it again after this game? Do you feel like you would be able to take them down as well as Opa moving into those playoffs if you do meet?
Well, there's a slightly change because I'm going on vacation. The 6th of December, so they have to take a stand-in instead of me. So maybe they'll take the win against Opa and Deshiru by mixing and doing some crazy stuff. But yeah, I don't really know. I'm going on vacation, so.
Alrighty, well, hopefully your team does well with or without you, and hopefully you guys can rise to the occasion. Once again, MSN, thank you so much for the interview. Thank you so much for joining us here. We will be going to a very short break to get ready for our final match of the day, which will be in the second division of the Danish Prime League. Please don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with our final match of the day.
never switch sides. Like, even when I die, I'ma ride for the squad. Light up tires in the hearse. I've been on the vibe, kinda hard to describe. I'm in between, I'm good and it's fine, but I'm tired of the grind. Then I come alive in the night to realize I'm in the middle of the time of my life. I'm never so packed for the stack, never lied on the rap. Got a bag from the way that I write it. Queen looking Tyson, through that I survived, doing 80 to the house. Then I hit her to the sky, change haters on a tirade. Talking to their grip in the face, be still, let that hate stuff fade. We all want the same, we all want a meal in the safe. I wanna live like I'm trying to reach enlightenment. Trail spill from my lips, feel big from the bib. Take a sip till I pass out. Try and get grit, but it don't make sense. Cause you can lose life on this fast route. Yeah, turn thoughts to a cash cow. I might flip that to the glass house. I don't need the accolades, I'm in love with the chase. I just wanna eat, save a spot at the table. Beast with the slap, pin myself on the map. You long with the wind, but we knowing that it's capped. 5-hour flights, couple nights at the flat. To be real, couldn't see me making moves while I'm at. I'm still on the grind, limit time when I chat. I'm burning down sage, keep the demons away. When I write it, give a piece of myself to the page. I don't do it for the praise, love, that's just how I'm
See the
made.
truth in the glass in the mirror.
Yeah.
Do it at me, old man, tryna pass in the fear. You're the first one to talk, but the last one to hear. Eyes blurry, but I couldn't see that. And he cleared down. Start to feel like I'm on one. Settle in, I'll be here for the long run. I'm a slave for the cash, got snakes in the grass, no brakes on the ad, but it's all fun. We done seen it all, heard it all. Heard enough, give me space before I murder y'all. 10 bad here, I'ma curve them all. 12 missed calls, and I still made a curtain call. Here to light it up, lighten up. Hear him talking, they ain't right enough, tighten up. Everything that I came for, I left with. I don't bang sets, I just bang on the set list. Going past supper when I came for the breakfast. Put me in your prayers, I might put you on the guest list. Young, tell me reckless. Gold in my soul, got the same on my necklace.
Don't you wanna have fun? Fool around someone? 'Cause don't you wanna have fun? Don't you wanna have some fun?
Yeah, his baby said that they don't got a future like that. It burns, so give him something worse to kill his head with, make him forget somehow. Might be that another day she would have wished he stayed, but they're done. Sorry, it won't be enough this time. Yeah, he's calling all his friends to get some action and distract him right now. He's fine, got Lucy on the line, let's get this started. Where's the party tonight? I feel good, nothing weighs me down. I can't believe my luck right now. Red eyes while he said, don't you wanna have fun? Fool around with someone. Don't you wanna have fun? Never mind my dumb heart, it needs a little kickstart. 'Cause don't you wanna have fun?
There's no shortcut, no cheat code. All you got is you and the grind. And the whole army of randoms trying to stop you. Trying to be better than you. Trying to piss in your prize pool. And they can try all day, you go all night. Make every click count. Delete them all. Cause when you dedicate your life to this, it's more than winning. It's everything. Prime. for glory.
And welcome back. We are here with the final game of the evening, and I mean, it is one that some people are gonna love, most people are gonna hate, and I'm not sure if Time to Light enjoys it or not. I personally enjoy it. We are going to Dust 2 coming in here for our final game of the day with Luxera Addicts versus Obliviate. Time to Light, are you ready? Oh man, he is unfortunately muted. Give us one moment, and then he'll repeat his statement. There we go.
I'm ready, but I'm also a moron. Anyway, yeah, I was muted. We went off, and I was like, all right, I gotta run. But I'm ready. However, I'm hesitant. That's what I was mentioning. I want to focus on the start we're seeing from Luxera Addicts, because going into this, they are, I would say, the less favored team, just by a small amount. But I'd like to see them start out with a strong start, whether they're on the CT or T side. Of course, knife round hasn't happened. We haven't seen that yet, so we don't know where they're going. Of course, in these best of ones, it's a knife round to decide it. I'd like to see them with a good start if they want to have a good shot at this, because it's Dust 2. Now, this is one of the few maps in the map pool that is relatively T-sided. If you don't get 8, 9, maybe even 10 rounds in your T side and you're facing up against a team that has played on Dust 2 before, like everybody else has, you're not in a very good position. So they're looking for a good start. Whether it's on either side, it really goes in your favor later on in either the first or second half. But speaking of the knife round, here we go. They seem to be meeting towards long. So I'm still saying that Luxera Addicts are looking good, and well, that's because they start on the T side. You can see exactly why. Trades go back and forth as Stip is killed by a teammate. Both of them are right-click on this Luxera Addict side. Oh my goodness! Tankin wins! I've never been more hyped for a knife round, but that was good. That was good. Watch this. Watch this. He jumps over, gets the right click into his back as he gets behind, and somehow wins that, by the way. I don't know how he pulled that one off, but well done.
I love it. I love it. That is the most, I want to say, technically advanced knife round we've had thus far. Utilizing, you know, the pit to their, no, I don't know. But I do want to talk about a little bit. You said it's T-sided. There have been some changes, actually, to Dust 2 that have actually made it a little bit more difficult, I want to say, for the crossovers here. More specifically, in this mid, I believe they lowered the level of that bridge, so it's a little bit more difficult for teams to actually see through there. That doesn't make it any less of a painful side to run into. That is going to be 2 taken off for either side, as Obliviate are starting out here on the CT side.
Oh, and Luxera Addicts are walking through said CT side in very glaring fashions. Almost a team ace. Boogie denies the possibility as Ranger died beforehand. But that was an okay round, I'd have to say. We're having a little bit of a tech timeout. I believe somebody has lagged out of the game. We'll be right back in a second, at least with them back into things. But that was, you were talking about the bridge being lowered over top of Suicide, and I think that is probably one of the greatest map changes Counter-Strike has introduced since taking away the catwalk on Nuke in like 2016. Because it's one of the more fresh changes, one that doesn't allow you to see the entirety of the map and control every single rotation if you've practiced your long door or your mid doors opping. And that it's still a T-sided map, mainly because of the utility possibility over towards A long, A short, mid, back of mid, and B, now that the opening above B is there. But I don't like the fact that Luxera is buying a P90 into this round.
I love it. I love it so much. I am personally a P90 fanboy because I can't aim for crap. It's one of the cheaper weapons with a pretty deep magazine size, so we'll see if it works out here. But a nice turn away means that it's going to be Fusker having a first shot on Japil. That is going to be a nice little frag out. Once again, a couple shots go out. Obliviate, as we said, even though they're on the CT side, should have a relatively nice time. Hardtra is going to be able to find 1. Esk and Boogie are going to be able to turn over 2. That's going to put it into a 3-on-3. Blind scout shots are not going to land. Boogie takes that kill with the AK and is going to look to get a plant on B.
locking it down in mid. Oh, Kang is dropped. Flashbang over though. Oh no, Boogie can't see a thing. 2 HP. Single digit HP has been the theme of today. Why the heck would we stop on Dust 2? Picking up 1 dead. Looking for more. It is just SK looking for something, but P90's now picked up, and the aggressive play is going to come through. Damage done as... Oh, no, they're dead. Never mind. I thought he was going to be able to pull it off. Busker unable to do so. Luxera Addicts with another on the board. They capitalize off of their pistol round win and pick up their conversion as well.
Yep, very, very well done. Luxera Addicts going to feel okay, but... Rangers having a bit of fun here. So that was a P90 first, now it's a Bison. Just running down all the SMG weapons that you could possibly have.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh, now they're just
oh no!
going through.
Oh no!
This is getting out of hand. I think Stiff is going to take 2, is going to fall, and a couple
No
shots
way.
straight to the chest is not going to take S life. And M. Kangen. We'll go with Kangen for now, is going to be the last of the CTs alive, is quickly going to sprint away. It looks like it's going to be Luxera Addicts taking 3 in a row to kick things off. You said it yourself. Time to light. It is on the T side that you need to rack up a phenomenal set if you want to move to your CT side with a chance to take the game.
Kang's just going to save this AK, and you can't really blame him for it. It is a very difficult retake to just go on to be in an even situation, much less in a 1 versus 3 where you have a flashbang and a decoy. Now, that's amazing utility, but Kang also has no armor and no kit to work with, so a little bit difficult to say the least. Boogie's making his way over, looking for something, and will the angle come through? Will Kang get the kill? Will Boogie? Neither of them. Oh, it's Kang to win it. Oh, that's the AK saved, and Obliviate will have money, and they'll have that one-shot headshot potential on just a normal AR.
Yeah, completely zeroed out, and you know what? Kangen's going to feel good about that one. Kangen's going to feel real nice about getting that frag at the end because they need it, right? You need to be able to stay alive because this is going to be your second chance. Full buys out and op in mid as Grumpy takes ahead of Stimp through the smoke. So a very nice frag or lucky frag, depending on which team you're looking at here. He's going to help out, but Hardsha this time is able to flick down to Boogie's head. And that gives Obliviate a chance here. 5v3 with the tag onto Japil. Should give Obliviate a very nice time.
They're looking for something. Oh, Esk down and in a difficult situation, well, health-wise. Another single-digit HP moment. Welcome to Counter-Strike and welcome to League GG, I suppose, where everybody survives somehow, some way. We don't understand. That's a very useful flash, by the way. One that is not a flashbang, nor does it pop in a useful position. Fusker's looking across. Grumpy actually gets a kill from Elevator, a second as well. The dome onto Eskej, and, well, you can't survive a headshot from an M4, especially when you're walking straight to your doom. A 1 versus 5 with an op in hand for Ranger. Looking for whatever you can get, but it is a little bit more than difficult for Luxera Addicts. They were the team with the disadvantage, the 4th place versus the 1st place going into this one, but I don't know if he's going to be able to pull this one off. An op in hand is about all you can muster, especially when you're being flanked by an AK. A little bit dirty from Kang, but it will turn into the round nonetheless, and the kill to boot. Obliviate pick up their first.
And it wasn't just their first. I want to point out that the members that had bought full armor, head and body, they didn't take any damage. I believe he actually played a perfect round, I should say, only using their utility. So that's why you can see a majority of them not having to actually buy into, I want to say buy into that round at all except for the utility. So very well done on their part. Grumpy gets a headshot on Japil. And again, these openers from the side of Obliviate are working well. Luxera Addicts had their run of 3. Obliviate are going to look to close that score up. A little bit of boost into Catwalk, though, is going to be the call. Luxera Addicts are going to give it their best chance as the Molly is going to zone them out of mid.
Grumpy holding mid. But falling away, I wouldn't say the worst time, but not the best, to say the least. Ranger with an AK in hand, but Boogie playing aggressive with a deagle, avoiding the op to perfection, looking for a kill of their own. That's a useful flashlight and a useful Molotov to boot. Smoked off immediately, looking for the peek as Eskej, but can't get it just yet. Boogie looking for whatever they can get. Neither of these players hitting anything but thin air. Boogie a little overzealous with their peek through, and, well, they will have the bomb on the site, but will it even get planted? Kang's still below, and they dropped the bomb before they died. I don't know what Ranger was doing there, but yeah, this round is over. A sketch will die. A flawless one at that from Obliviate, taking a total of 31 damage, leaving Fuskers on 69 health, but, well, Luxera Addicts drop yet another.
And Obliviate are showing why they are considered the top team, right? Yes, they've lost one in the past. They are at 7-1, but there's a reason that they don't want to drop another, right? And here we go. This is a classic long A play. They're going to flash, smoke, blind, just about everything, but a spray through means that it is the eco round going heavily in favor of Obliviate, as it should. One more left. Sketch, look for one more. Fuskern, though, is going to finish off with 2. And Obliviate are able to tie things up. Luxera Addicts, though, going to try and not let them take the lead.
What was that? I too spam my spacebar and W running out of long, but I usually do so when the other team is flashed and when I have armor and a rifle, because I am a moron. But that was a questionable. When Obliviate tied things right back up. Luxera Addicts, I don't know if they're addicted to walking to their death or something, but I mean, I suppose the name's fitting.
Yeah, and I think it's because it is that eco round. Sometimes you're just willing to kind of give it up. Although I do agree, you want to make the most out of every round. You could have at least tried to, you know, take 1 or 2 before they start stacking the econ. Because right now, Kang is currently sitting with 11,000 in the bank, a massive set. And with the last bullet sprayed, Kang is actually able to take 1. Now follow through with a few more. That is going to be a trade, but Kangan is going to finish off with a 3-piece, I believe. That leaves 3v2 Obliviate. Gonna look to try and take out Boogie and Ranger. The plan's gonna go down though, so Luxera Addicts gonna have their hands full with this retake attempt.
Ranger holding the line. Oh, actually takes out Fusker.
Ooh.
Looking for more as well. This round is nothing but over. Hartra, up in hand. It is a little bit difficult with the up to push in, but oh, Kang dies. So does Hartra. Oh no! That round goes the way of Luxera Addicts. I don't think that should have gone their way. It was a good take on to the site, but a little sloppy on this retake, and it will be Luxera Addicts picking up their 4th, taking the lead right back. Yepiel does not have a gun. Now has the AK in hand, so we're good. I was very confused as to why the heck they didn't buy, but AK and head armor, they're looking pretty good.
Yeah. The utility that they're bringing out, though, is the decoy. I think this is one of the first decoys I've seen so far in the season. It is thrown out. I think that's going to head to mid, which is very, very entertaining. It's not gonna deter Grumpy, though, from taking a 1-for-1. Try their chance with a few more, though. Spray down Ranger is able to find Hartra. And that's going to put a little bit of leverage into Luxera Addicts' book, but Freet is able to take 1. That moves it to a 3-on-3. Spray down as Skej is able to find Freet. And again, these minor picks left and right have left everyone a little bit worse for wear. Obliviate, with only 2 members alive, and now stuck on this A site, wondering what the heck they can do from here.
Nothing. That's what they can do. It's the option of pushing through CT or maybe mid and attempting a retake onto a site where the bomb is just now being planted. With information now well in the favor of Ranger, who's about to flank. And, Ranger, no, turn around. There you go. You finally find Fuskern, but now it's down to Kang. 1 versus 3 with an M4 in hand. Kit and smoke is all they have available. And this round's over. You can see Kang not even trying for it, just holding their angle, making sure they keep the M4 in hand. By the way, Kang has 10 kills now through 8 rounds of play. That's a pretty good number, if I do say so myself.
Oh yeah, and Fuskern right behind with 9, which is crazy to think about, considering you look on the other side. Luxera Addicts have actually spread their kill spread, or their kill feed across a multitude of members. Boogie is the only one with 1 kind of outstanding at 8. The rest of them have all been pretty close. Yapiel, of course, has had a little bit of a rough time, but has played very well in the utility factor. I want to say has been a very nice opener as well, you know, either being bait or being the one to launch some of those offensive utility pieces. So Luxera Addicts do have their own game plan, which I'm really liking here. Again, 5-3 is a good scoreline. You get a full buy here. Stimp with that op is going to try his best But Eskedge is now going to wander in. Boogie, though, is going to find Grumpy. And that's going to be the first kill. Obliviate once again on that back foot.
Archer trying to turn it around, though. Oh, they do. Frit does as well, but it's a 2-for-2 trade overall in the round. Frit's down at 12 HP. Archer close range, unscopes at the worst possible time. The theme of awful timing continues as it's now Frit a 1 versus... This round's already over. Unless he somehow finds Yepio with the bomb over on long, this round's over. No way you're able to retake A. Yeah, you have an op, and yeah, you're going to have time to do so, but no smoke... Only a kit really to help you. It seems like another save for Obliviate. And Orbital, I don't know if you watched the major, but it's Jame time.
It's Jame time. I hate that I got that reference so much. I hate it, but I love it at the same time. Yes, it is. It is that time here on Dust 2. Say that op, play as slow as you can, take a little peek in a swing, and no one checks up. So that should be the save, like you said, Jame time, I believe. Still, though, Obliviate faltering a little bit here, but we did say this was one of the few maps that is T-sided. So Obliviate, if they can come out with maybe 4 or 5, 6, if doing very, very well, that should set them up for a solid T-side. Luxera Addicts, of course, want a bit more in the tank. 11, 12, or 13, if they can follow through, or 12, very, very sorry. 12 ending would be phenomenal for them.
If you get 12 rounds on your T side, you basically won the game. I'm sorry. No way you come back from dropping 12 on the CT side and go on to T side, even if it is characteristically a T-sided map. You're not coming back from that. And the same thing goes for if you're on the CT side and you get 12, you're not going to come back, or you're not going to have the other team come back and do the exact same thing onto you. Yepio, a little bit overzealous in mid, but somehow still wins the fight. There's no way. I don't get it. Against an op, no less. Fusker will shut them down in the end, but yeah, Fusker now has to back out. And it's another trade heavily favoring Luxera Addicts, who somehow is just shutting down Obliviate at every single corner. Fusker misses. Oh my gosh.
It's not just Luxera Addicts shutting them down at every twist and turn. It's running in, being over-aggressive, and still coming out in the lead, right? This is excessively quick. It's the best way to put it. And you miss. Oh, Kang almost let that one slip through. Stimp was ready for it. But still, like I said, Luxera Addicts, they're playing aggressive, they're playing fast and loose, and it's working because Obliviate do not have an answer thus far. As long as Obliviate don't have an answer, if they can't hit their shots, if they can't find some of those openers, Luxera Addicts will continue to press their advantage, continue to ramp up the pace of the game, and manage to possibly take even more of these rounds away. A huge peak in mid, able to dance out. Obliviate, not too worried. But here on Cat might be a dangerous spot. 3 down below. Hardra rightly backs off, stays off to their own death, but Ranger is able to take out Grumpy. Hardra sprays down one. Ranger is able to take another. Shoots some teammate in the back. Stimp eats it a bit. I think that was actually shot through his buddy, which is really funny to see. Kang, though, is ready to go. This is a 2-on-2. Kang about to get a third, is able to take it with a pistol. A great A defense to allow Obliviate to pick up a fourth. Luxera Addicts, Stimp, you can't shoot your buddy in the back, and that's going to lead to a 7-4 score.
I mean, in all fairness, Stimp shot his teammate, and then through his teammate killed his opponent. That's all I'm saying. He actually got a wall bang for that kill. That was pretty funny, but it's just gonna be a B rush. Everybody holding W, smoke onto the Molotov, the push straight through, no waiting whatsoever. It's the rush B, don't stop, the old classic in Counter-Strike, and it's seemingly working out a little bit, at least as you can see. Nade or Molotov actually will go in towards the.
Oh wait, what are they doing?
What? What? Hello? Somehow, some way, Fusker stays alive. I don't believe that's how that works, but hey, staying up and staying in it. Obliviate looking for a retake. It is 3 versus 2, and Ranger on 4 HP. This is possible. More than that at that. Yepiel with 2, somehow fully blind, still gets the double. Looking for more, looking for the kill in the up, has to reload, has to run away. Somehow Hartra doesn't hit the shots. Looking for more. Hartra now repositioning, now with the up in hand. Misses, no bullets. Yepiel, reload your gun. Somehow it still is the win. I'm done. I'm done. Orbital, I'm done. I'm walking away. I'm done. I'm done.
You heard my horrible laugh the entire time, because that was the most ridiculous set of plays. So at the beginning, I want to point out, I believe it was Hartra and I want to say Yepiel that was stuck right behind. I want to say it was Window. They were stuck behind in between, sorry, it was boxes. They were stuck in between the two, and it was the most ridiculous setting. And then the jumping, right? It was mind-boggling to watch. Luxera Addicts had a chance at it, and I think it did play out in their favor. They did get the bomb to explode, but they still lost everyone. And now into this next, Obliviate currently working with pistols. Luxera Addicts were graced a round pretty much just playing off that timer. And now they are granted a second. Luxera Addicts go ahead and put 9 on the board, 2 away from that all-fallible, the cursed 11-4 if they want. Maybe they just let a round slip through the fingers just to not have that. Either way, Luxera Addicts, full weapon control. Obliviate now going to try and fire back with a double op scenario.
Orbital, I just came back from my hiatus from casting. I needed a minute for that one. I came back and everybody was alive on Luxera Addicts, and I'm assuming it was just pistols for Obliviate. Yeah, okay, that's not too surprising then. Luxera Addicts now into 9. I believe you said something about a cursed scoreline, 11-4 possibility here for Luxera Addicts. I wouldn't go for it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've done it before. I actually threw away a round just to make sure it didn't happen, and I don't know if we're going to see that replicated here, and I wouldn't really blame them. Yepiel pushing forward, a Grumpy somehow with an op kill from a distance. That's a nice nade, not one that'll hit, at least not for as much as you'd think. Ranger down to 60, and this is possible for Obliviate, and now it's even more than that. 4 versus 1, Boogie up against it, hitting not a single shot on any of these remaining 4 players. That entire mag missed. I don't know how that works, but hey, I suppose it does.
And then the barrel stuffing from Grumpy, just to finish it off.
Oh, yeah.
We are not going to get the cursed score line. Luxera Addicts, whether they meant to or not, go ahead, drop a round. Obliviate will sit at 5 with a potential 6 moving into their T side, which honestly I would consider a very, very good score line. You know, 6-9 would be great. 5-10 would be great. Either one is going to give them plenty of space to work with. And so far, with how Kang is currently playing along with Hartra, I wouldn't put it past him to clean sweep through the rest. However, we'll have to wait and see. Openings is going to be Molly's through long as well as B. Through tons, and Hartra takes out Stimp and says, no more will you chance this side.
They're going to pop flash themselves in. No care in the world. Not a single one of these flashes hitting, by the way, and you can see exactly how much it costs you. A 2-for-1 trade. Grumpy still with the op in hand. Luxera are walking to their demise, and that's not usually what you said, or what you want to do, and that Molotov also misses. This round's over. I'm sorry. Ranger now in a 1 versus 3 as the first shot does hit. The errant flick does go just that, errant way, and, well, 15 kills already for the 16. Hold up, this is possible. 1 versus 2, looking for it. Dollies. Oh, okay. It is Fuskern to shut it down. Grumpy with the Dollies takes him down to about 1 HP, and then the FAMAS from a distance shuts it down. But you said it. A 6-9 half is a pretty good scoreline, a nice scoreline, to say the least, for Obliviate, as they head onto the T side. Again, the advantageous one. Luxera does need an opening. I'd say Obliviate are favored. Even though they're down by 3 rounds, I'd say they're favored, especially with the side they're now on. If Luxera drop pistol, they're even more in that situation.
Ooh. And I also said it that Kang was the one that I wanted to watch, and Kang opened up with a massive shot. Freets was also soon to follow. Ranger takes out Grumpy, but I mean, Kang had a phenomenal opening, is now going to get a second, and tag down a third somewhere. I think that was actually a finisher right there. So, Yepiel and Ranger are gonna try and follow through. But again, what more can you get? It's a pistol round. Obliviate, go ahead, get the bomb plant. Should be easy come, easy go. No more shots. Ranger tick down to 54. more can be
Oh, no.
said. Follow through. Freet is able to take 2 total. And that's going to be a full house of kills. Kang and Freet go ahead and pull the pistol for Obliviate.
Oh, that's where the full house of kills comes from. Oh, it's a cards reference. I usually go with the Buddy Ace. But I like that one. I'm stealing that. Thank you. Luxera looking for as much as they can on this CT side. Again, they need an early start. They're going to buy up into this round. I don't like it. I'm not going to lie to you. They're facing up against a fully kitted Obliviate side, and they should know it with the bomb being planted and the round being won. Ranger looking to have themselves pop flash through. They're aware of the flashes. Oh, they play it perfectly. Fuskern, the high IQ play, aware of their surroundings. They do come out on top of the trade, but it seemingly has gone dead even yet again. Grumpy down to 69 health. Partra is dead though, so it is favoring Lux, but only for a second as, well, it's turned right back. Smokes towards this cross and, what?
Oh!
I'm sorry, what?
I wasn't expecting it either. I think Yepiel was hiding in cars, and, I mean, that's one way to take it. Evens things up, but Obliviate still run the show. Snip is able to take out Grumpy, and so it's all down to Kang and Freet once again. Will hop up, shots go through, can't land the final Deke shot, and Kang from long range, I believe, is going to, or short range, very sorry, is going to finish that one off again. 21 so far for Kang here in this match, leading the kill feed across both teams here, as this will be Luxera Addicts once again having to save. You said it right, that round buying in, not one that you really liked, and this time they're paying the price.
That time, you don't really have, like, a massive hero AK. Oh, hell, hold up. Yepiel with one. Looking. Nope, never mind. Okay. I got, like, really hyped for absolutely no reason. Unfortunate for me. It's going to be an Obliviate round. It's just a matter of how long it takes them and how much it costs them. Eskej does get one back, so it is a 2-for-2 trade overall. And they're going to play aggressive through the smokes, looking for something, looking for the kill. Only does the damage. Stimp looking for the Cali shot, does not get it, but Fuskern is dead. Ranger in a 1 versus 2 has the information on the flank coming through from Kang, but it is Brit just chilling on site. And Kang with the AK, you should win this fight every day of the week, and they will. We're dead even. It's 9-9. I think, Orbital, we're going to be blessed with 3 amazing games tonight. I think it's going to happen.
Yeah.
We've already had it happen so far in this one, and, well, it's looking to continue.
Yeah, I have to agree. This has been a great showing from all teams that have shown up so far. With the 9-9, this is also the first time that Luxera Addicts have a gun round, but that blind, that flashbang was amazing. Eskej is going to finish off Freet. Hartra is going to find Eskej and follow through with one more. Hartra takes 2. Now they rush down a long. This is a big opening, but with the bomb still all the way at T-spawn, they're going to take a little bit of time. 2 have to defend against 1, and they do it. Hartra with 3. The man with a plan and a very, very big stick here. It is going to be a rush over, as actually both A and B have been given over. Rangers just like, well, crap, what do I do from here? I'm going to walk around A long and go ahead and double back.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, hey, make up your mind. You're in a 4 versus 1, so I don't think you have to immediately. Ranger just has to save at this point. Honestly, I think Ranger thinks it's A, and I don't blame him for it, but the bomb is not playing on this side, nor is anybody really on this side of the map other than Busker, Chillin, and Cat. And yeah, Ranger now has the information, realizes not a single player is facing them, and will most likely just walk to their demise. Fuskern still on Catwalk. Will see the angle. What? Fuskern, you can't lose that fight. Grumpy will shut Ranger down with the Krieg in hand, but that's a costly, not a costly round, but one that cost them a little bit more than it should have.
I think they'll happily pay that price to be able to get into the lead here. Obliviate with 10, Luxera Addicts with 9. Again, for placement reasons, Obliviate do want to keep this one to move to 8-1. Luxera Addicts, I believe, sitting a little bit lower on the standings. If they win this one, they will challenge Dream Alliance for that 3rd place spot. There's a lot on the line here as Luxera Addicts go ahead and on this pistol round are able to, or on this eco round, able to find 2, make it 3. One more would really, really help them out. And with an op in hand, Stimp is going to be able to say, hey, we take it home with a lower econ and a 30 round win. Luxera Addicts quickly tie it right back up.
This is not gonna. They're not gonna separate. I'm sorry. It's going to be force buy after force buy. You can see exactly what's happening already for Obliviate. Forcing into this one. Galil on Fuskern. Not a lot of utility. If they win this, they break the bank of Luxera. Not massively, but it's still going to hurt them. Partra, however, not trying to pressure long. They're aware that there's been a crap ton of utility thrown in, and they just don't want to face everybody waiting for him. 20 seconds gone, nobody taking never mind, Partra's taking damage. I was about to say nobody taking a lick of damage, but as I say that, Neichi lands. Welcome to Caster's Curses.
Ooh. Sketch definitely heard someone hopping on boxes with the boost, but you couldn't see anyone with that fantastic smoke, so Kangan is able to take that one. This is Obliviate looking for at least one more right entering, and it's going to be a little bit difficult. Who wins the door challenge? It is going to be Ranger winning at double doors. Fusker is going to find Yepiel, and Kang is going to find Boogie. A firing shot back. Stimp not able to follow through. Can't get the swing, and Grumpy turns it into a 4v1. Ranger is surprised by Fusker. That's going to even things out to Obliviate, taking a lead. Weapons in hand, after a loss of a 3-3 round, are able to pull things back and start building that econ once again.
You know, the op is high risk, high reward. You're not supposed to miss 4 shots and then try and rely on your deeper. I'm sorry. Oh, what? Hold up. Archer just went to suicide and domed Boogie to the wall. That's what I was talking about. That's why it was removed. And Stimp turns it back, though. So we do go 1 for 1. Ranger, if you peek right, you win a free gunfight. That's all that happens. Still holding the angle, and they're going to win it anyway. Double up comes through from Luxera Addicts. After dropping that round, they still buy up. This map makes me question my sanity. That's the main reason that Dust 2 is not at the top of my list. The map itself is amazing, but after trades that go back and forth, such as these, this is why. There's going to be a smoke. There's going to be a gap in that. Information will be there for Stimp, who sees him, and, well, down goes Frit. That's why. This map makes me question whether I'm in a simulation or not, and after watching these now past, 4 rounds, I have confirmed we are living in a simulation.
That might be true. I want to add to that simulation fact. Did you see that Luxera Addicts were running triple op for that round before? Eskej also had an
Hold
op.
up.
Yeah, there was a triple op play.
I didn't see
It was triple op, and then Eskej fell, and Stimp was like, I want my op instead, so it was very, very real, and now we're going to get a follow-through. This is a huge hold, of course, here on 2B, as Luxera Addicts completely clean through Obliviate. Only 1 member left alive, and that'll be Eskej taking it home, so a full house of kills once again for Ranger and Eskej.
Yeah, I didn't even realize it, because Boogie died so early, and I didn't see another op, because Boogie actually challenged mid. That's why Boogie died, because he had the op and tried to challenge mid, and then Eskej took the dead man's op, and then decided to try and play aggressive with it. So yeah, there was a triple op, and wow, you're now really making me question my sanity. Obliviate now are very well known as to the push here. We do see the push come through, and Boogie.
Oh my god!
What is going on? No! They're both dead! What is happening? Eskej gets a double the nade! What? It's gonna be another full house of kills. 5 between the 2 of them, a buddy ace, if you will. Luxera Addicts, make my heart rate go burr. You have to pay my healthcare bills, guys. We don't have it for free over here, but Obliviate, what just happened? I'm dead.
No, I don't know, but they're gonna face the pain again. This is another triple op situation. This is apparently Luxera Addicts' favorite way to play on the CG side. Triple op once again. You lay, I think it's only 1 over onto long. That's going to be Boogie holding catwalk. So far it's working. Op in every single location. And can this manage? Obliviate don't really have an answer for this because they're all running the AKs, which is standard, of course. When you realize there's an op holding each location, this A long becomes much more treacherous.
It becomes A longer.
Yeah. I hate you for that so much.
That was great. That was great.
I didn't even register until like 5 seconds later.
That was a terrible pun, but probably one of my better ones. Fuskern, yeah, this is quite literally A longer. If he gets peeked by an op, he dies. I'm sorry. There's no way you win that fight unless you are like cracked, and he even dies to an AK. Talk about getting domed. His head is now cracked in half. Eskej pushing forward. Oh my goodness, he wins the fight, but is traded immediately. Smoke down right in front of default, and the push is going to come through. Molotov down. Yepiel doesn't go. Frit is dead. It's somehow I don't understand. A kill through a smoke. There's no way you have information there. I don't get it.
Well, what's even crazier is we were calling out that the ops were on long. They were not. All the ops were holding mid, catwalk, and B. There was not a single op on A long with 3 on there. And they managed to keep all 3 ops over. Luxera Addicts are currently sitting at 14-11, 1 away from match point, 2 from taking it home and pushing Obliviate further down the list and actually giving Hyde Gaming first place, I believe. This is absolutely ridiculous what we're seeing out of Luxera Addicts right now.
I don't know why there's a force buy here, and you can see exactly why. Stimp gets a kill for free, another one as well, nice flick, and it's the double ops. It's, well, the triple op, if you will. It's broken down to just 1, though. Boogie, oh, never mind. It's Ranger with the op, to just dome out Fuskern. Y'all confuse me. I'm sorry, this confuses me. We're going back to a replay from a little while ago, by the way, because this was still funny. Yeah. I don't believe that still exists, but Obliviate... Now down 4, facing match point in a match I don't understand as an actual thing in real life. Grumpy gets domed and Suicide trying to play the suicide angle and dies for it. That's why they name it as such. Stimp playing the time, loses the timing fight, but will still win the gunfight. That's a second, that's a third as well. 3 with the op. Shutting down Obliviate, sending them to second place. Stimp looking for the ace. No, doesn't look the right way. Eskej will take the possibility away from them. But Luxera Addicts take away the possibility of first place. Orbital, you can take this one away. I'm going to walk away. I don't understand this one. I'm just going to quickly drag my chair in this direction. I'm done. Y'all have fun.
Luxera Addicts, I want to say thank you so much. I have never seen... I've seen most of my co-casters in funny games like this have to walk away. I've never seen Time to Light do it. I've never seen Time to Light do it. He has now done it twice. He did it twice. He's back now, of course, but it was twice that you made my co-caster actually get up and walk away. I love you for it. The triple op worked, and you have dethroned one of the tied first place members. So Obliviate will fall to 7-2 if Hyde Gaming do win their match. They move to 8-1. And they will be set. Luxera Addicts, of course, now challenge Dream Alliance for a spot at 3rd, which I believe the head-to-head, I'm not fully sure of what that is, but either way, it's going to be crazy. What a way to end it. We were wondering if there was going to be a banger. It wasn't exactly a banger, but it was an upset that we were not expecting to see.
Yeah. That's now the second first place team to lose a game, and in another match that I don't understand. Y'all, I swear, y'all make me lose brain cells. That was a great match, though. That was actually really fun. That's probably some of the most fun I've had with Counter-Strike. But that was a questionable set of decisions. We do, if I'm hearing correctly, I believe we have an interview. Am I hearing that correctly? No, never mind. He just gets, as soon as I mention it, he disconnects. I am just that cool. Talk about a caster's curse. I'm now influencing the real world. I'm just that cool.
Yeah, so hopefully we do get an interview to kind of figure out what the heck's going on with this team that was able to make it out. Again, this is Luxera Addicts, not the main roster, I believe, because Luxera is actually playing in the same, and Luxera is currently sitting at 3-7, so talking about the teams that have been playing, it's been phenomenal to watch Luxera Addicts kind of give us a grand old show. So hopefully we get a member from their team be able to come talk with us a little bit as we go to a very short break to get the interview set up and to give you a bit of clarity into that Dust 2 match. Don't go anywhere.
There's no shortcut, no cheat code. All you got is you and the grind. And the whole army of randoms trying to stop you.
It was an awesome game is what it was.
Trying to be better than you. Trying to piss in your prize pool. And they can try all day, you go all night. Make every click count. Delete them all. Cause when you dedicate your life to this, it's more than winning. It's everything. Prime for glory.
All right, and we're back. We're ready to go with an interview, and I mean that match was hilarious. It was glorious, and it was a victory for Luxera Addicts. Very, very well played. But now we get a little bit of insight. We are going to have an interview here with Stimp. Stimp, how are you feeling today after that win?
It was pretty easy against Grumpy, so yeah, well, I don't know what I have to say.
Ooh.
Pretty easy game.
Oh.
Oh, we're already seeing trash talk. It's been about 3.5 seconds. I love it. No, so
Yeah.
you guys had a great start. You came out 9-6 on the T side. Now, Dust2's characteristically T-sided nowadays, at least compared to what it used to be. You knew you needed a good start over on that side. How do you feel you did? Do you think you could have done a little better? Do you think it could have been much worse? What are your thoughts there?
We did pretty good because we didn't know what to do on the map. We was just trolling on T side and having fun. So yeah, it was pretty easy. And then on CT side it was easier. So yeah, we are just a troll. We are just a troll. Yeah, we are just a troll team by 5 premates having fun. So yeah, I don't know how we won 7 games in this tournament, but we did. So yeah.
Hey, I believe the term there is a W is a W. Now, my final question for you. Now, this is one that boils down to my sanity. You had 3 ops at various points in that one. I didn't even notice it at random points, but you were the main opper that we saw at least.
Yeah.
When you pick up the big green gun, it's usually a good idea to hit your shots. There were a couple missed in mid.
Yeah, that was many.
If you guys want to continue with that in the playoffs, do you think it's time to hit DM?
Of course I will do, but yeah, it just practice I have to do. But yeah, I'm Draken part 2, missing 30-degree shots. So,
I love it.
Yeah,
that's great.
Final
Especially
question
since Nip
for
is
you,
playing right now.
Yeah. Final question for you, Stimp. Before we close things out, I do have to ask, getting a little bit serious here. You did just take down Obliviate. You said it was easy. Now moving into playoffs, a team of 5 premates. Didn't think you'd make it this far. You have. Is there a team that you feel will challenge you in the playoffs here between some that have made it up, including Dream Alliance, Hyde Gaming, or even, I believe, Sorby Academy?
I don't know. They're everyone good teams, but we're just having fun. And if we win, we win. If we don't, that's it. But yeah.
That's a fantastic way to think. I love it. Love it so much. Thank you so much, Stim, for sitting here with an interview. Hopefully, you go and enjoy your finish, I believe, at 3rd place. Phenomenal job to you guys. With that will close out our broadcast here today, as well with the leagues.gg. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Ordo. With me was Time to Light, and we will go ahead and say goodbye and get ready for playoffs next week. Thank you so much for tuning in, and have a fantastic evening.
There's no shortcut, no cheat code. All you got is you and the grind. And the whole army of randoms trying to stop you. Trying to be better than you. Trying to piss in your prize pool. And they can try all day, you go all night. Make every click count. Delete them all. Cause when you dedicate your life to this, it's more than winning. It's everything.